Good evening and welcome to this session of the live learning classes conducted by the Board of Studies of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. In the last class, we began topic on management and administration, right? So that class, it was more of a videotape session, and I covered right from kinds of meetings to general meetings. I spoke about annual general meeting, rules relating to that, financial year, then other rules relating to annual general meeting. Then we went on to power of tribunal to call meetings, both AGM and others, and then report on annual general meeting, then EGM, extraordinary meetings or extraordinary general meetings, right? Especially EGM at the requisition of members. So this is a very important topic. We covered up to here and we stopped. This is where we stopped, right? This is where we stopped. So in case any of you have gone through that video or you were there, if you are having any queries on this topic up to now, feel free to, raise a query or whatever. And we can then move on to other topics. So we have seen the types of meetings. So you go back to my first slide. We'll deal in two parts. Okay. Of course, sorry. We will be seeing types of meetings. There are only two: the annual general meeting and the extraordinary general meeting. Annual general meeting compulsory once in a year. Rules are there. You can listen to my earlier lecture, you will get it. EGM whenever you want or at the requisition of members, compulsory. But how to conduct a meeting? How to call a meeting? How to ensure that the sufficient number of persons are there, etc., etc. That is what we are going to see today. In fact, let me see who is here. As of now, I am seeing Aishaji, Bhumika, who says that no doubt. Thank you, madam. And Darshan, welcome, sir. Welcome, Vanakkam. And Keshav Thakur is here. Welcome, sir. Rajni is here. Welcome, madam. Rushita Sharma is here. Welcome, madam. So others, as they join, let us hope we will have them coming in. Now, so this topic, meetings, see, in those days, this used to be called meetings and proceedings. Now the MCA calls it management and administration. But in those days, it was called meetings. A very nice topic. In fact, I call this as the dynamics of corporate management. I use the word dynamics. Dynamic, static, dynamic. Static means same place sitting, not moving. Static. Dynamic, moving. So companies function through these things only, meetings only. The power of a company, the whole concept of a company is seen in the meeting. See, how do I know that something exists? Only when it moves, only when it acts, only when it does something. Otherwise, it's jatam, na? It's a chair, table, this laptop, jatam. They don't move. It is only we, people who can move. Company is an artificial person. Don't forget that. It is a person. It has entityship, but it has no life. So how does it act then? In other words, I'm going to ask you a very, very fundamental question. I'm going to ask you a very, very fundamental question, which is, please listen to me. Please listen to me. And welcome, Mr. Mayur Gupta. And please listen to me. Who is the company? Can anybody give a reply on the query pad? Who is the company? Question very, very important. Who? Kaun? Kaun hai? Company kaun? Who is the company? Please note, kya nahi? Kaun? Not what is the company. Who is the company? Can anybody give an answer? Because usually in my, this is the only thing about physical and online. In physical, there will be answers coming up, right, wrong, whatever. Whereas here, there's a slight delay. So I'll need to wait a little, I suppose. Anybody can give. Who is the company? Hey, we are telling the company. Who is the company? I was in a spiritual retreat for the last 15 days in a place called Coimbatore, near Siruvani. There the Swaminiji was asking us this question. Who are you? So, I am Srikant. Who are you? I'm a chartered accountant. Who are you? Okay, I'm so-and-so's husband. So-and-so. I'm a teacher. These are all identities. Who are you? That's answer to that is a totally different answer, not for us. How that answer, everybody has to arrive at their own. Point is different. Who is the company? Let us see whether they are answering that question. Darshan is giving. Company is artificial legal person, sir. Correct. Board of directors and the management. Rajini is giving an answer. Company is legal. See, Rushita ji and Darshan are answering the question, kya hai company? What is the company? Company என்றால் என்ன? What is the company? What is different from who? Company என்பது யார்? Who is the company? कौन है company? This question slightly answered by Rajini ji, but wrongly. Answered, but wrongly. For example, she has gone to the point, saying, when you say the company has acted, who has acted? If you say company is an artificial person, blah, blah, perpetual succession, blah, you are answering a question, but not this question. You are answering the question, what is the company? Very correctly you are answering, what? But my question is not, what is the company? My question is, who is the company? For that, Rajini is giving an answer, which is, she has understood the issue, but got the point wrong. Board of directors is not the company. Why? Because they are employees, they are agents. They are not the company. The core of the company is elsewhere. Varsha Shetty comes in with a group of shareholders represented by directors appointing them. So, Varsha ji, again, you have gone to the point. You have come to another important concept, which is group of shareholders. Which group of shareholders? No, again, Mayur Gupta and others are answering what is the company? Was artificial person, separate legal entity, perpetual succession, blah, blah, blah. What is the company? Chod. Come to the point. Who is the company? I think only few people have caught it. Varsha has caught it. Rajini has caught it. Who? So now Rajini says the company is the board of directors. I humbly submit, no. They are only agents. They are only representative, as Varsha says. No, Varsha says group of shareholders. I agree with that. No. Which group? Are all the shareholders the company? Now, Darshan, again, you are not caught the point, ma. It's a business organization brought in by promoters. Who? Again and again, you are going to the board of directors. Because they are the most visible part of the company. You are thinking they are the company. No. Think about it. We have seen so many sections in the Companies Act. Everywhere, what happens? Does the board have supreme power? No, sir. When the objects clause is to be amended, who has to do it? Who? Shareholders. Am I correct? Shareholders. Everything, anything and everything, ultimately the power. Okay, how are the directors appointed? By the shareholders. So, who is the company? One logical answer could be shareholders. I agree. So, I can come to this conclusion. Shareholders are the company. Are all the shareholders the company? You have to think a little bit, ma. I know I'm putting pressure on you in terms of thinking. You might be asking, hey, I have to write the exam and pass. This fellow is wasting my time asking questions like this. No. If you understand this, meetings will become easy to understand. Procedure will become easy to understand. So who is the company? Are all the shareholders the company? Are all the shareholders the company? No. CEO is not the company. It's by no stretch. Okay. When you say something has been done, when you say something has been done, who has done it? When you say Janice Angel Mary has done something, who has done it? Eyes have done it? Ears have done it? Nose has done it? No, you have done it. Who are you? That you is nothing but shareholders. Now the question is, assuming correct, Malay Beg says equity shareholders. I agree with you, sir. But now I'm going to ask another question. Are all the shareholders the company? The company, only equity. Absolutely correct. But not even all. Think about it. When you say the company has done something, what has happened? A majority of its members, majority, shareholder member, let's not fight on that. If you say shareholder, I'll agree with you. I explained to you the difference between shareholder and member. With folded arms, I humbly beg, don't use the word shareholder, use the word member. Safety, member is safe. Unless the context demands, do not use shareholder. Means, when the context will demand is, when this guy is the guy who has purchased the share, but his name is not entered in the register, I will call him shareholder. But if his name is entered in the register, then he is a member only. He is a member only. So, member. So, company is a majority because only members can vote. Shareholders cannot vote. I make a small point here. Only members can vote. Kyun? Because members are those whose name is entered in the register of members. Fellow has purchased the share day before yesterday. His name is not in the register of members. He cannot vote. First, he has to get his name registered in the register of members. Then only become member. Only then he can vote. Only then he will be considered as company. So the company is, I know this, some of you who are not very fluent in English may find this very philosophical argument a little unnecessary also or deep. Don't worry. If you don't understand, chhod dijiye. But if one of you or so of you understand, I'll be happy. The company is a majority of its members. Majority. All of them need not vote. Nowhere in the Companies Act, but barring one or two sections. One section only talks about unanimity. That too not for members. Members rare. Maximum they will say special majority. A special majority or simple majority. But only majority. If majority agrees, that is it. The company is a majority of its members passing a resolution at a validly convened, constituted and conducted meeting. So when you say the company has done this, Reliance Industries has announced bonus issue, what happened? A majority of its members have approved by passing a resolution at a validly convened, constituted and conducted meeting. Okay, even assuming the board has done it, board of directors has announced the bonus issue, which they can't. They need to pass a special resolution. Board of directors have done it. Let us say, even then, who are the board? Board is basically my agent only. So when he announces, who is announcing? I am only announcing. When I appointed him, majority of us appointed him. Na? So majority of the members, majority, passing a resolution. That is very, very important. Sitting at home, he is not the company. They all have to come together, either virtually or by postal voting or at a physical meeting. They have to come to a place or come together and vote. When they vote, when majority of them agree, matter is done. So that is why meetings become very, very important. Okay. The word convened, I'm using because CON is there, no? All the three, con. So convened, constituted, conducted. I will explain, don't worry. Convened means called. You have to call the meeting now. That is called convening. Who is the convener? The person who brings everybody together, who calls, is called convener. Convening means to call, to bring together, okay? To inform, you come, there's a meeting like that. For that, there should be a valid notice. So notice is very, very important. Notice should be in the format, notice should be given within the correct duration, and it should be communicated, everything. So unless that is done, validity is questioned. So convened. Constituted, that is quorum. 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 We mentioned this earlier in our report of AGM. There we talked about quorum. Quorum is the minimum number of persons required for a valid meeting. If that quorum is not there, then the meeting is invalid. We will be seeing what is the quorum number, how to calculate it, blah, blah, blah. We will see. So constituted. Which sentence? This sentence is, this entire sentence, okay, it is not my guru. This is my own theory. Okay, not to take pride. Because, of course, everything that I know was given by my guru. So even this is my guru's only, no doubt about it. Everything that I know was given by him. But this is something I developed with a lot of thinking I developed. Okay, this will be very useful to you in final also. When you come to operation and mismanagement, rule in Foss versus Arbotle, majority will win. Majority shall have its way. Minority shall have its say. So majority is very important. Okay, in democracy, it is the rule of majority. It is not unanimity. Everybody need not agree. Majority agrees over. If majority of the votes are in favor, then that party will come. That too in constitutional majority is totally different in our country. Am I correct? MPs are elected, they go there, then that party which has majority forms the government, then somebody becomes the PM, or Prime Minister. We don't elect our Prime Minister. In fact, we elect our MPs. That is where we have to be careful. The MP, and that all the MPs together will decide who will be the majority of them. So sufficient majority is that they can form a government. And they'll announce so and so as the Prime Minister. So majority is very, very important. So company is the majority of its members passing a resolution. So you need to know what is a resolution, how it will be done, what types of resolutions. Convened means notice. Constituted means quorum. Conducted means procedure. There are so many things. Polling. How to conduct a poll. Who will be the chairman of the meeting? How to adjourn the meeting? All this we are going to study. Very exciting topic. I'm telling you, this is a very exciting topic. Members means, hey, members have already defined, preliminary topic. Member means a person who has applied in writing to be a member and whose name is entered in the register of members. Okay. Kindly look up preliminary topic. There the word member has been defined for you. Okay. And distinction between member and shareholder also. Or I think I only taught preliminary topic. Go to that video, download it and listen. Maybe fast forward it. I would have explained member. At that time, I would have told you the difference between member and shareholder. Okay. So now it's a little too advanced topic. So you should know who is a member. Members. Members include everybody. Whoever is a member, member. Okay. That is how it is. Right? So, who have maximum shares of the company, that shareholders have decision power. You are being very long-winded in your comment. No need. Majority. Members holding majority of the paid-up capital. If it's a poll, on a poll, one share, one vote. So if I'm having 51% of the votes, I control. That is a holding company now. 51% I control. Anything and everything I can do. Except a few matters where I need a special majority. Okay. There again, special majority only. It is not unanimity. It is not unanimity. So convene means to call. So notice. Notice can be special, ordinary. As you all know, notice is given by the company to the member. That is for convening. Special notice is a notice given by the members to the company on special cases. We have already seen that. Okay, 115. When we saw auditors, we saw that. Similarly, that notice will mention the agenda. Agenda, A-G-E-N-D, agenda. Agenda means the matters to be discussed at the meeting. Even for normal corporate meetings, when we are issuing sending a notice, we will put agenda. Okay, agenda, A-G-E-N-D. Agenda means matters to be taken up at the meeting. What are you going to discuss? So in the case of company, it is very strictly controlled. Normal meetings you will find any other matter with the permission of the chairman, like that one item will be there. Normal agenda. For example, committee meetings or Rotary committee meetings or my Masonic committee meetings, we will send an agenda. I will say any other matter with the permission of the chairman, like that. You can't do that for company. If you want to take up your matter at a company meeting, notice has to be given in advance. Where notice has not been given, it cannot be taken up at the meeting. Suddenly somebody cannot say we will take up. No. Either you have to adjourn the meeting, give notice for this matter and then conduct. Or this meeting cannot take it up. You have another meeting when you give proper notice with mentioning this item as business. Business means matters to be discussed or matters to be done or transacted. Invariably, business at a meeting will be giving approval. You are calling the shareholders for the purpose of taking their approval. You are telling them, boss, we have decided to sell the factory in Tirunelveli. So we are going to sell it. We have valuation has come. This valuation report has already been sent to you. And the valuer is a very reputed person. And we are now selling it at this price, which is nearing the valuation. We are selling it to so-and-so. The money which will be realized will be used for expanding our other factories or something, whatever. No, kindly. So then the member will ask, why are you telling me all these things? No. To do that, I need your approval. So please. So what do you want us to do? Pass the resolution, man. So the chairman will say, I propose that this resolution be passed as a special resolution or as an ordinary resolution. Then all those in favor, they will raise the hand. Show of hands. Initially, it will be show of hands only. Then if somebody says, no, we want a poll, then one share, one vote. Then the poll will be done, votes will be counted. Majority votes in favor, resolution passed. Majority, or if it is against, resolution defeated. That is all. So at the end of the exercise, all this will be minuted. So resolution was proposed by A and seconded by B and passed unanimously or passed with so many people voting for, so many against, whatever. This is called proceedings of the meeting. Once this is done, meeting is over, then the directors can proceed with the matter. So that is why meetings become very, very important. Meetings are evidence that the company has approved it, that the company has done it. Without this support, if the board later on, see, you might ask me, is all this relevant to me as a chartered accountant? After all, this is for company secretaries. Absolutely correct. The procedural aspects, doing stuff, they will do. We are not going to be involved. We are not going to give notice. We are not going to do anything. But as an auditor, when you see some transaction in the books of account, you have to ask, does this require notice of, does this require approval of shareholders? Have you obtained it? We obtained it. Proof. Where is the minutes of the meeting? Show me. Where is that is what, this is where you will have to understand these provisions. See, otherwise, some of you might feel law is boring. I don't want to study company law. Why waste my time? After all, company secretaries are there like that. But unless you know the law, how will you audit that company? How will you ask the right questions to him? Therefore, you need to know not only this provisions, but later on in final, important meetings and proceedings of the board, very, very important sections. 185, 186, 188, very, very important. Now that is going to become self-paced. So I don't know what that is, self-paced. So I think you will get, I don't know what it is, but you will have to go through it as self-paced. So you won't have Srikanth to teach you. You would have to do on your own. Okay. But whatever it is, you need to know it, because ignorance of that subject may cost you a lot as a professional. See, because you can't go to the client or you can't go to your employer and say, no, that was in self-paced module, sir. So I studied very fast and I didn't really understand the topic, sir. Can you tell like that to the client? He will say, go to hell. Can a doctor come and tell you? In fact, in one famous movie, one Vijay Sethupathi, one actor, they'll ask him, sir, you are a doctor. No. When this particular topic was started, I didn't go to college. Like that, he will say, can a doctor tell like that? What is the problem with me, Doctor? Your problem is with the stomach. When they were teaching stomach-related topic, I didn't go to the class. So, can a doctor tell like that? You are expected to know everything, including company law. Okay? If institute is putting in self-paced and you didn't study it or you studied it casually, problem is yours, not the institute. Okay? For your information, indirect tax was not there in the syllabus for a long time. It was not in the syllabus. Forget exam and all. It was not in the syllabus. But indirect tax was very much there in the country at that time. Yeah, excise was there, mod was there, CST was there, central sales tax. State government said local Maharashtra government GST will be there, MGST will be there. All that was there. Okay, Maharashtra general sales tax was there. Whatever, Gujarat general tax was there. States were levying tax. Indirect tax was very much, customs was there. And as a chartered accountant, you needed to, know it. You can't go to the client and say, sir, indirect tax is not in my syllabus. Like that, you can't say. You have to study on your own, self-paced. Okay. So why I'm sorry to waste your time with this type of thing. But, this is the problem. You can't say this is not important, that is not important. They are not important. Okay. Good. While I'm there, I'll tell you one more thing. Mathematics and statistics was there in the intermediate. Can you imagine? I'm not joking. I have studied maths and stats. I've written a paper on mathematics, including trigonometry, complex numbers, matrix, everything was there. Matrices, everything was there. We used to study. Of course, I was very weak in maths. Statistics, okay. So somehow I managed to study and I got 40 in maths and That is, out of 50, I got 20 in maths and 30 in statistics. Overall 50, not bad. So I didn't, other subjects, costing and all, I got very high marks. So I could get a rank. But the point is, maths was there. Later, when I was secretary of the Southern India Chartered Accountant Student Association, we had a student committee meeting where Board of Studies members were there. I was a student at that time. I stood up and I asked, sir, you are all practicing CA. You are all setting the syllabus and all. Thank you very much, sir, for that. Tell me one thing, sir. When are we using trigonometry in our practice? When are we using this type of mathematics while doing practice or even in finance management? They thought for some time and said, what this fellow is telling is correct. Maths is not needed. They removed maths from the syllabus. But I didn't get the benefit. I had already written and passed. But future generations, I could give them the benefit. Full 100 marks. No, it's not there. I can claim that I was instrumental in getting it out of your syllabus. Okay? Like that. It was seriously not worth it. Now, what is the point? If you want to know, we can study, but for our functioning, there is no need. Except business mathematics, which is there, discounting and all. That you'll anyway learn in financial management. That is okay. Compounding, discounting. That's okay. Anyway, chalo, coming to the point. So, convening we have seen. Then constitute, quorum. Okay, quorum. Quorum, minimum number of persons required. Okay. Conduct, meaning business. How to do it. So many rules are there. Now, you might notice that I have put that word proxy in a large rectangle under both constitute and conduct. Why? Because proxy is a person attending the meeting on behalf of the member. Proxy is a person attending the meeting on behalf of your member. Proxy has certain influence on quorum and also on conduct. So, when you come to proxy, you will understand why proxy will be, whether he can be included for quorum is the question. Whether proxy can be included. What proxy can do, what proxy cannot do, part of conduct. When we come there, we will, do this. Okay, at that time. Yeah, thank you very much, Mayurji. 100%. I think it's out. But I wouldn't say the same thing for operations research, believe me. Operations research you'll study in final, very, very important. Don't avoid it, especially linear programming. Though it's a little tough, apply your mind and learn it. Little bit of algebra, that's all. Little bit of algebra, just apply it and learn it. You'll find it very useful in your career. Okay, very useful. Okay, now we come to first notice. Very, very important because notice means knowledge. Notice is very important. If the notice is not validly given, you can question the transactions at the meeting. If the notice is invalid, the proceedings are also invalid. So this will become very relevant when you go to court. When you go to court, the lawyer will say the notice is bad. So many times when you go through company law cases, the question will not be on what happened at that meeting subject matter. No. Their argument will be technical. They will say notice is not given. For that, they will say this is should have been done. So if the court says yes, the notice is not validly given, that's it. Meeting is invalid. So whatever was done is invalid. Okay. So length of notice, meaning the number of days between the date of notice and the meeting date should be not less than 21 clear days. 21 clear days. The clear day needs to be understood. Will come. Before that, please understand this 21 will become 14 days for Section 8 company. When we studied Section 8 company, we saw exceptions, now exemptions. One of the exemptions we studied at that time was the length of notice. Normal company, 21. For Section 8 company, 14. Lesser number of days. It's a concession given to 14 days. But the word clear days has been used. Very important. Clear days. Meaning date on. So when you say clear day, what do you mean? Day means the date on which notice is served and the date of meeting are excluded for sending the notice. Excluded. Okay, so which means when you're counting 21, you should first see the date of service of the notice. Service, not date of notice. Date on which the notice is served. Meaning what? Date on which the shareholder member will receive the notice. Now, that date shouldn't be taken. Okay? So the next day you start counting. you count 21. So the 21st day, then the next day, that day, 22nd day will onwards, you can have meeting. The meeting can be on any day after the 21st day. On the 21st day, you cannot. 21, then the next day, 22, 23, any day, you can have. It need not be on the 22nd day. It can be 23rd day also. So long as the interval between these two is not less than 21 clear days. Clear days means not including date of service and date of meeting. Okay. So that is called clear day. Clear day doesn't mean no clouds and all. And normally in English, clear means not covered, pure. There's a transparent like that. So today in Chennai, the skies are very cloudy. It was not a clear day. We couldn't see the sun. So it was raining. So not weather. This is clear means not including date of service and date of. This cannot be controlled by the articles. The articles of the company cannot say it shall be sufficient if notice is given, 7 days notice is given for general meeting. No. If so, the provision in the article will be void and the act will apply. We already studied now, the articles cannot override the act. Here they very clearly say, hey, you cannot have requirement in the articles of clear days and all, you cannot avoid. Curtail. Curtail means restrict. Curtail means restrict. Company cannot restrict the requirement of clear days through its articles. Now, very, very important. Rule 35.6 of the company's incorporation rule. Rule 35.6, which we studied in incorporation topic, I covered, but maybe you've not remembered. Again, I will tell you. That is, where a notice of general, we studied this as part of service. I don't know if you remember it. When I spoke about service of notice and all, last topic. Okay, at that time, you can go, it's in the slide also. Where a notice of a general meeting is sent by post, it shall be deemed to be served. Whether served or not is not important. Deemed to be served at the expiration, at the expiry of or after 48 hours. Once 48 hours gets over, then that letter is deemed to have been served. Which means, suppose I am posting a notice today. I am posting the notice today. Post. I am sending it by ordinary post. So 48 hours later. So for example, I posted it today at 4 p.m. I posted it today at 4 p.m. Today means Aaj is 4. So 4 to 5. 4th to 5th, 24 hours. 5th to 6th, 24 hours. So 4 p.m. I posted. 3:59. 48 hours will get over. So 48 hours will get over. Now, point is the gap between these two, when you are counting, first you have to tell what is the date of posting. From that date, 48 hours, which will happen on the second day. That is, 4th means 5th, 6th. So 6th is the date of service. 48 hours will expire on 6th. So 6th is the date of service. Deemed to have been served. He may get it, he may not get it. I am not bothered. All I need to show is proof of postage. Send it by ordinary post. You don't have to send it by speed post and all. Unless that fellow tells you to send it. In which case, if he wants a mode and he pays for the expense, you have to give it to him in that way. But other than that, you put in ordinary post. Take a list of register of members, put for the etc. Get the proof, 48 hours. Okay? But one thing, nowadays, notice is not sent by post. This has become a little outdated concept. Nowadays, notice is not given by post. Most listed companies send the notice by, all listed companies send the notice to the email ID registered with them. That's all. So there, clearly we know the time of service. This deeming and all not needed. Because, hey, when I'm sending a mail, Baba, I can tell the minute, second when it got delivered. And when that fellow opened also, I can tell, or minimum I can tell when it got delivered to him. He cannot say, I didn't get it. It's there. If it has gone to his spam, that is not my problem. As on this date, I sent it to you today. That day afternoon it reached, or immediately it reached you. Time is there. No, so that is the date of service. Don't count that date. From the next day, you have to count 21. Okay? You're clear now? From the next day, you have to count 21 days. Right? Now, correct. Section 20, service of document. I have mentioned it. At the time, I did mention it. Correct. Very good. Kavita, Sweta Kumari is saying, thank you, madam. So, if you have understood it, happy. What if company state that don't say notice, sending notice day. Say date of service. Make a note somewhere, Mayurji. Don't say sending notice date. Service, date of service. Clearly, date on which notice is served. Date of service. Slightly learn the technical language. More professional. Date, or you say date of service, date of meeting. Okay, so you should not include the date of service. That is, in your words, sending notice date. You should not include. Correct. What if company state that AGM to be held on 15th September on every year in the articles and also? You can't say like that. You have to give notice. Board meeting, there is a view that it can be done. For board meetings, they can say, the articles can provide that meetings will be held on the third Tuesday of every month, or every alternate month, or third Tuesday of the months of April, June, like that. You can say board meeting, but not general meeting. No way. They cannot say that. You have to give notice. AGM notice, very, very important. Don't play games with it. General meeting notice, if you play games with it, the proceedings will be invalidated. Is 21 days period applicable in case of electronic mode? Yeah, definitely. That's what I was explaining now. See, when you're sending it by post, you will not know when it was delivered. So they say, if you send it by post, it is deemed to be delivered at the expiration of 48 hours. When you're sending it by electronic mode, easy na. You have the proof with you na. Hey, I'm sure you've seen email na. Very clearly it will say delivered on or sent on. It's all there. You can check it out. It's almost instantaneous. So electronic mode also 21 days is there. Except that this 48 hours thing will not be there. Because that is not necessary. Na? That 48 hours thing is not necessary, because only if you are posting 48 hours. If you are sending it by electronic mode, then whatever it is, the important concept here, my dear friends, is date of service. When was the notice served on the member? That day exclude. That day chod dijiye. Next day, you take the first day. There, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So I have come to 21 days. Now, the next day onwards, I can have date of meeting. This day cannot be date of meeting. Next day or any other day after that. Need not be exactly the next day. Any other day after that can be the date of meeting. Okay? So, this is how it is. So, today, believe me, think about it. There are a lot of companies that don't use electronic mode. They may send by post. In which case, as Shweta ji rightly said, Section 20 will apply. What if emergency holiday is declared the next day of posting? Doesn't matter. Deeming. That is the beauty of a deeming provision. What word they have used here? Deemed to be served. So, doesn't matter. Okay, later on we will see that also. Doesn't matter. If it is, I posted it, what to do? After that they declared, nothing can be done about it. Okay, the next day I posted. Nothing, no problem. That is not a problem. I posted it and within 48 hours deemed to have been delivered on you. Proof of posting is important. Okay. Meeting may be held. Okay. The directors of Signy 21 Mines Limited posted the notice for an AGM on July 25th. The meeting was scheduled on August 14th. Is this valid? So what you need to do? Posting was done on July 25th. So date of posting July 25. So 26, 27. So 27th July, it will be, you cannot take 27. So 25, 26, 48 hours now. 48 hours will expire on 27th. Correct. So 27th chode means you have 28th. So 28, 29, 30, 31. Okay, 31. Then 31. 4 days na. Then 21 days na. So 21 minus 4, 17. So 17th will be the 21st date. 17th will be the 21st day. So that day you cannot. Any day after 17th, 18, 19, 20 you can have. But 14th, invalid. Because it is falling within that. Na? So the notice is less than 21 days. So you have to, you cannot. 14th is invalid. Have you understood? I have given a numerical example also to help you to understand. Here you have to count days, 21 days. 1, 2, 3. So 20, 25, 26, 27, date of service. Deemed. 28, 29, 30, 31. 4 days in July. Am I correct? Then 21 days now. So 4 is gone in July now. So August में 17 है. So 17. 17 means 17th is the last day, 21. So 22nd day onwards, there is after 17th, other than 17th. After 17th, you can have any day. But it cannot be on 17th. Whereas these guys have done it on 14th, which is wrong. After 17th. Okay, that is all. Good. So now, again, I'm telling you, this is only for posting cases. Where it is electronic mode, you will have the time and date of service. You will have time and date of service. So you plan accordingly. When you are going to send the mail, plan accordingly and give the notice. That's why you have to plan. Because remember, at the time of printing, you are going to mention the day of meeting. So you should ensure that it is posted or mailed in time. If you delay that, then sorry. You cannot say the notice, the date mentioned in the notice is not relevant. Date of service has to be considered. Then next day, then 21 days, then next day. That is there on it. Why I'm making this? I know some of you are feeling a little that it's so obvious. Why is this full of wasting my time? Agreed. Moving on. Okay. Can a meeting be convened by giving shorter notice? So is there an exception? Yeah, you can. Provided you comply with this requirement. Who is the affected party here? If you give shorter notice, who is the affected party? Member. If the members themselves, sufficient members agree, what is my problem? MCA says, Baba, I am doing all this nonsense not because I like it. It is not as if all this, my MCA is enjoying all this. It's our bloody job and I am doing it. For who? For the shareholder only I am doing. For protecting the shareholder I am doing. If those fellows themselves are saying take everything and standing with Langot, what is my problem? Take it. So, yes, a general meeting may be called after giving shorter notice if consent in writing or by electronic mode. So, even a mail is okay. Is accorded by the requisite number of members as detailed below. Even you can have a, that polling is there. That what is that? Some monkey will come and ask. Poll monkey, something. They'll go. Anything. So long as what you should do now, you should ask him to log in using a user ID and password. And then he should give his consent in. Are you okay for being given shorter notice? Yes. No. So what happens? How many people should tell? Not less than 95% of the members entitled to vote should agree for AGM. Not less than, here, no majority business. They are 5% they are giving as a concession. Actually, they should say everybody. Instead of saying all, they are saying 95. Give them small, because 5% fellows may go out, they go off to US or Canada. Fellow will not know how to read English. What can I do, yeah? Okay. Munalal will not know how to read English. Fellow will become shareholder. You will be holding crores and crores worth of shares. Fellow cannot read English also. What to do? So that fellow may not do it. So, but that cannot be more than 5%. So not less than 95% of the members entitled to vote there should give their consent in writing or by electronic. Then you can give shorter notice. Proof should be kept. This can be done not by listed companies, because you cannot do this. Listed companies, impossible. Don't even try that. This will be helpful for closely held companies. Say there are only 20 shareholders. All of them are known to each other. So hey, we're going to have the meeting next week, Baba. So I cannot give you 21 days notice. Are you okay for that? Oral, no. Writing, get their signature or whatever. So the company secretary or one of the directors will run around, get their signature from everybody. So shorter notice can be. In the case of EGM, if the company is having share capital, majority number of members entitled to vote who represent not less than 95% of such part of the paid up capital as gives a right to vote at the meeting. So for those shares which are carrying right, then not only should there be majority in number. Suppose the company has 100 shareholders, 51 should agree. Those 51 fellows should represent not less than 95% of the paid up share capital of the company as gives the right to vote at the meeting. So basically, it's possible because there could be 10 members. Just think, there could be 10 members. Now, out of those 10 members, 7 together could be holding only 3%. Are you able to understand? Out of 10, 7 together are holding only 3%. Balance 97% is held by how many? Out of 10, 7 gone, 3. So 3 fellows are controlling 97%. The remaining 7 are controlling only 3%. Right? But we want to hold an EGM with shorter notice. Now what you should do? It is not enough if these 3 fellows agree because they are holding 95%. In addition to that, the total should be not less than majority in number of the members entitled to vote. So members entitled to vote is 10. Their majority is, out of 10, majority is 6. So 6 fellows should agree, including these 3, because these 3 are 97. But only 3 now. Another 3 needed. Make it 6. And those 6 together will definitely hold more than 95. Only then you can have shorter notice for EGM. Clear now? In case of company not having share capital, then members having not less than 95% of the total voting power. See, when there is no share capital, voting will be show of hands. 1 man, 1 vote. So, if there are 20 people, then 11 should agree. I'm sorry, 95% now. So, 20 means what? 19 people should agree. Am I correct? No. 2% now, 2, 5. So, minimum 19 should agree. Because otherwise, 95%. Let me calculate. Why get into this? You know I'm weak in maths. That's why I removed maths. Some of you may be good in number. I'm not. I'm very poor in number. So 20 into 95% equal to 19. I got it right. Not bad, yeah. Intuitively, I got it right. But basically, I'm very weak in numbers. What is not clear, Nilesh? Clearly mention what is not clear. Which part is not clear? EGM is not clear. Possibly because there is a problem. You'll have to, I'll make it as simple as possible. See, Nilesh, you have earlier mentioned 14 clear days. I don't know what you mean by that. Why you have written. Please don't put bluntly like that. Give some, what is it you are trying to say? Something. I know you are not very comfortable with English, but practice, na? Practice is the only way. Nobody is born knowing English. For that matter, nobody is born knowing Hindi. Everything is learned. Everything is unlearned. So nobody is born. No, at the time of birth, the child doesn't born Hindi child, Tamil child, English child like that. The child grows, learns. Somebody should take the effort to teach that child the language. It will learn. Okay. So 10 ka 95% is 9.5. 9.5 you cannot. That is the problem. You see, there Nilesh, use the logic. What does it say? Not less than. So if you round off 9.5 to 9, it will be less than 95% now. So 10 means 10 straight away. 95% will be 10. You understand? So 10, you can't round off lower. It should be not less than. Na? So if you round off 9, it will be less than 95%. Na? So 10. So where the number is 10, or where there's this type of a thing, for 10, it will be entire, all the 10 should agree. 10 ka 9.5, 95% is 9.5. 9.5 you cannot, round off to the lower number. Na. Because 95, not less than 95 now. So it should be more than or equal to 95. 20 ka 95% exactly 19, no problem. But 10 ka 95% is 9.5. That 9.5 will become 10. Round it off. You can't have half a person. You can't have a headless body going around there. We call it mundam in Tamil. So, no, it cannot be done. So, you have to round off to 10. All the 10 should agree. That is what it means. Yes, Mr. Jogendra Kumar Pradhan, welcome. Good. Now moving on. I hope this is clear. This is for shorter notice. Again, I'm telling you, this will not be useful for large companies, listed companies and all. This is going to be relevant only for closely held companies with small number of members who are controllable, from whom we can get the consent. Practically also think. Don't think Reliance can do this. It can't do it. It has to give 21 days notice. Okay. Not giving 21 days notice is very dangerous. Not only is it a problem, it will invalidate the proceedings of the meeting. 1. 2, it is also an offense. Are you able to understand? You will be punishable. You, not you, KMP. All those cases will be punishable. Yes. In this particular numerical example given by Mr. Nilesh Ji, it is like that. 9.5 is 9, 10. But not always. See, in 20 case, what happens? 19. Like that. Actually, in the earlier law in 1956, law, the AGM, it was not 95. It was 100%. For EGM only, it was 95%. For AGM, it was 100%. Now they have made that also 95%. Sir, for whenever we are talking 21 days, if it is a Section 8 company, 21 days to be read as 14 days in case of Section 8 company. That is why I began with this. Wherever you find 21 days, notice, if it is a Section 8 company, remove 21, put 14. Got it? That is why I began with this only. I began clearly. 14 clear days. 14, wherever you find 21, remove it. Then what happens? Not less than 14 clear days. Here, wherever you find 21, remove 21, substitute 14. That is all I said. Clear days is there. No, your doubt is very clear. Your doubt is clear. I hope my answer is clear. Everything is clear. Okay. Clarity is more important. Clarity of thinking. Okay. Once clarity of thinking is there, the words will be formed clearly. Once the words are formed clearly, there you need a little control over the language. Okay. Unfortunately, the medium of writing is English. Therefore, you need clarity in English while writing and all. That gives you better chance of getting higher mark in law paper. Okay, so try to improve your. See, I learned French long ago. French language, I learned long ago when I was in school. So I learned Tamil till 10th standard as a second language. And my state is Tamil Nadu, as you know by now. So it's no longer a secret. I learned Tamil and I loved Tamil. I read all the poetry, literature, everything, and I liked it. So when it came to +1, +2, my mother felt, and I learned Sanskrit also in school along with that. So my mother said, why don't you take French? And I took French. And so I learned French. But my knowledge of French is very, very... Now that I'm a little older and I'm having a little free time, I've started reading French. I'm taking a French dictionary, new words, sentences, grammar, and I'm reading stories in French so that my knowledge of French will improve. Not for speaking or anything, or even writing, but to enjoy the literature, I can read the books and all. So anything will come with practice. Nothing is difficult. Okay? Except we should have that attitude. The minute you say Angrejiyam, Mera Bhasha Nahi, then you are in trouble. Then you are hating that language. Just like many people in some states in the south felt Hindi is not a good language. That is also wrong. All languages are beautiful. Every language is very important. Okay, coming to the point. Muhammad, welcome. Long time. I am talking about Section 100 provision. Who is talking? When you're talking, let me see. I will read. Person holding differential voting rights makes any different in requisite number of majority. See, it's a very complicated thing. What you need to do is convert into proportion. You understand now? See, normal share, 1 share, 1 vote. Now what happens now? Half share now. So correspondingly you have to take. Proportion will have to take. But in terms of number of members, no. Because a fellow is, listen to me, Muhammad, listen. Because a man is having a share with half vote, he will not become half man. For counting number of members, he will be taken as 1. What now? Similarly, joint cannot be taken as 3. They will be taken as 1. Okay. One member only. They will be taken as 3. Okay. But for counting 95% of the part paid up share capital, you have to take proportionate. Okay, that is my view. Of course, there is a little vague here, because if they are entitled to voting, then there is nowhere they said this is not about voting. This is not about voting. This is about consent. So if I'm holding 100 shares, it will be counted as 100 shares only now. So while counting. So that is also there. My view is that since this does not pertain to voting, we should not distinguish between differential voting right fellow and a normal shareholder for this purpose. This is my view, Baba, and there is no clarity in the section. So my view I have given. If you have a different view, salute you. If you think you are still confused, again I'm telling you, for this purpose, I would humbly suggest do not get into differential voting rights and all that. If the shares are carrying differential voting rights, no problem. But as far as I am concerned, that is one share. He is one man. So while counting number of members, I will count him as 1. While counting number of shares, I will count him as 1 share. I mean 10 rupees. 95%. For calculating paid up share capital, I take it as 10 rupees only. How can I take it as 5 rupees? That will not be correct now. So that is how it is. Okay, this is my view. So you are talking about section 100, etc., no problem. Slowly talk. But the point is this. I hope I have answered your question. Yeah, bonjour. Bonsoir, not bonjour. Bonjour is morning. Bonsoir. Good evening. Okay, now, date of service is within 9 months, but the meeting held is not within 2 weeks. Date of service is within 9 months. Sir? Not able to understand, sir? 9 months, what is 9 months? 9 months only, I know another context. What is here? What is the 9 months here? Okay. You are talking about first AGM. See, I have to interpret your question here. You are talking about first AGM 9 months. Boss, date of service is within 9 months. No, meeting should be within 9 months. Meeting should be within 9 months. You cannot give notice within 9 months and hold the meeting after 9 months. No. Okay. If that is your question, I hope I have clarified it to you, Mayurji. You cannot say notice was given within 9 months. Therefore, it is validly. No. The meeting should be held within 9 months. For that, you should back work and arrive at the date of notice. Date of date of service. Then see to it that 21 clear days is there. And well before that 9 months, well before that 6 months or whatever, 21 days should be covered, meeting should be held. Understand? So if you are going to hold it on 29th of September, means 6 months from the date of closure of the financial year, then work back. If you want it to be on the 29th of September, work back. 29th exclude. So 28th. So 28 minus 21. That day will come. So 21 days. Then 2 days before, 3 days before, comfortably post it. So you will have enough sufficient time. Mayurji, when I'm teaching the subject now, I cannot keep going back and coming. I'll have to search now. I'm not able to get it. One sec. For example, financial year ends. Okay, I hope I've answered you. Okay, I didn't read that question. I'm sorry. That's when suddenly you said date of service within, I got a little worried. Now I have understood. For example, financial year ends on 31st March and the first AGM date of service is 24th December. Okay, first AGM. Sorry. 24th December. No, it is invalid. You have to hold the first AGM on or before 31st December. You choose a date of your choice. Work back. Give notice. If you can do that, do. Otherwise, meeting is invalid. You will be penalized. Enjoy. Okay, that's all I can say. Okay. I mean, sorry, don't mistake me. See, sometimes, when a faculty answers the question, I can only give you the answer. You don't agree, what can I do? Yeah. But finally, who should agree with you? The examiner. Means the person, the character. But believe me, he won't agree with you. It is invalid. Thank you very much, Mayurji. Thank you. Good question. Mayur, you are asking very good questions. Fantastic questions. Keep them coming. And I will keep giving answers to the best of my limited knowledge. I will give my answers. But there is a doubt. For example, Mohammed's question is very complicated, but my answer I have given. Oh, it may still need a lot of things. It's a good question. Mohammed also asking very good question. And thank you. See, good students ask good questions. That is one good thing about students like you, which I love, is that you are asking very good questions. And these questions are giving clarity for everybody, not only you, me. Sometimes even I should have told that. I tell that. Nothing wrong. Where any member of a company is entitled to vote only on some resolution or resolutions to be moved at the meeting and not on the others, those members shall be taken into account for the purpose of this provision in respect of the former and not in respect of the latter. I will give a simple example. You are aware that on certain matters, preference shareholders are entitled, certain matters they are not. For example, on resolution pertaining to merger or amalgamation, preference shareholders also are entitled to vote. So while considering those resolutions, preference shareholder also will be included. But for a matter where they are not entitled to vote, you should not include. That is what they mean. So where they are not entitled, you should not include. Right? But equity shareholders are entitled to vote on all matters. Shareholders carrying differential voting rate also entitled to vote on all matters. Only that when they are voting, their vote will be taken as fraction. If that full vote is voting, he will get one vote. Half vote is voting, per share he will get only half vote. So when he votes on 100 shares, he will get 100 vote. Here to get 100 vote, you have to vote on 200 shares. Only then you get 100 vote. Okay. So that is the difference. Now, content of the notice. A valid notice must state the day, date, hour, place of the meeting, and shall contain a statement of business to be transacted in that meeting. I told you now. So minimum what should it have? Day. Day means day of the week. Date. So today is Monday, the 4th of September, 2023. The meeting will be held at 10 a.m. or p.m. or whatever. Or if you want to use 24-hour clock, then 10 hours or 22 hours or whatever. Ideally, we don't. In company notices, you don't use that 24-hour military clock. You prefer to use the AM, PM thing. So, our place of meeting, where you're going to do it. Please remember, AGM can be held only in the register office or CTV, same city, town or village. Right? So, and shall contain a statement of business to be transacted in the statement of, so usually the notice will be like this. Notice is hereby given that the 22nd annual general meeting of Manar and Company Limited will be held on, okay, I'm just giving a date here, okay? I'm just giving a date here. Wednesday, the 6th of September, 2023 at address, the registered office of the company. Don't say registered office, address at so-and-so place, at plot number 1564, so-and-so industrial estate, whichever area, the New Delhi, NCR region, whatever. And to transact the following business. To transact the following business, colon. Then below that, agenda. Then 1. To pass the following resolution as a special resolution. To pass if deemed fit, you can say. To pass if deemed fit, the following resolution as a special resolution. If you are going to propose a resolution as a special resolution, it should be stated clearly that it should be passed as a special resolution. For ordinary resolution, you need not mention. You need not mention, but special resolution you have to mention. Okay? Whatever. So agenda will be given. That's it. Finally, by order of the board, so-and-so company secretary or so-and-so director. Place, date. Date of notice will be given. Date, place. That's it. Notice is ready. Now, enclose the other things and send it. Who is entitled to receive notice? Every member of the company. Member. Please do not use the word shareholder. See, fellow has purchased today. How will I know? If I'm sending notice today, his name won't be there. Today I sold Maruti Suzuki. It finally reached my target of 10,330, 350. My target was 10,000. When it reached 10,000, I said I'll sell it off. So I sold some of my Maruti Suzuki holding. Fellow bought it from me. Will he be a member today? No. Today it will get collected. Tomorrow the depository will, tomorrow only my broker will confirm. Then his broker will send it. Then the depository will get. Then that depository will send the details to the company. Then the company will get it through through the internet, through the lease line. They will get it every day. At the end, the entire day's transaction will be downloaded. Then the software will take up and update the register of members. That will happen only, say today, means 6th, 7th only it will happen. So till 7th, that guy who bought Maruti Suzuki from me is a shareholder, but not a member. The day his name is entered in the register of members, he becomes a member. If within these 4 days, some notice is given, obviously I will only get it, Baba, he won't get it. Because my name is only there in the, though I'm not a member, I'm not a shareholder, I'm a member. So I'm making this point because many times, students and even professionals use the word member and shareholder loosely. Suggestion, don't use the word shareholder unless the context demands it as a shareholder. When I'm referring to this fellow who bought Maruti from me, I cannot use the word member. I have to use the word shareholder. So there using the word shareholder is correct. But normally, when you're talking about people who are owners of the company, please use the word member rather than shareholder. You got my point? Member is a defined word, legal word. Shareholder, contextually only you have to use. Don't use it as synonymous with member. It is not as if wherever it's a member, you can use shareholder. No. If you do that, you are being very intellectually casual. Don't do that. Now, so statement of business means agenda. Yes, agenda. Statement of business means agenda. Not only agenda, description of each item of business together. That is called statement of business. Yeah, that is agenda. So every member, legal representative of any deceased member, deceased, D-E-C-E-A-C-D. D-E-C-E-A-C-D means dead. Where a member is dead, he becomes deceased. D-I-S-E-A-S-E-D is also there. D-I-S-E-A-S-E-D, same pronunciation, deceased. But that means that he's got a disease, that he's got some illness. So when a man becomes deceased, there's a chance that he may become deceased. D-I-S-E-A-S-E-D fellow can become D-E-C-A-S-E-D also. Am I correct or not? Deceased. English is a treacherous language, useless language, English. So many, see, these are called homonyms or homophone actually. They are pronounced similarly but spelled differently. Deceased. So, yeah, deceased means dead. So, representative of any deceased dead member. So, in the case of the dead member, legal representative. Or assignee of an insolvent member. Where the member is insolvent, the official receiver or assignee will be appointed to manage his affairs. That fellow will become the representative. Okay. So, notice should be served on the legal representative of a deceased member. For example, now you will ask me, how do I know he is dead, sir? Correct. So, if you don't know he is dead, no problem. Serve it on him only. How do I know he is dead? But if the information has been received about death, you may have to decide who will be the new shareholder and all. In the meantime, the legal representative, the estate, represented by the legal representative is entitled to receive the notice. You cannot say, I will decide who is the member, then I will give. No. Let us say that man died, leaving behind wife and 3 children. Then you have to send it to the legal representative. Okay? No other go. Whoever informs you and says with the proof of legal representative. So this you have to take because that may be forged, but at least you have to send it to the legal representative. Once the transmission happens, no problem. Once the transmission happens, then automatically that man will become member. Then after, directly you can give. Okay? Similarly, when an official receiver or assignee has been appointed, that assignee will officially write to the company and say, so-and-so is now insolvent. Here is the order, decree given by the court. Okay? He has been adjudged and insolvent. Now I am taking care. In future, all notice to come to me. All payments will be made to me, this account. He will send an official letter authorized by the court. Thereafter, you have to give notice to the assignee. The auditor or auditors of the company. Do you remember? Auditor shall attend auditor is entitled to notice of all general meetings. He shall attend the meeting unless permitted by the company otherwise. So he is to be given the notice. Every director of the company is entitled to notice. See, in the 56 Act, there was a vagueness here. In the 56 Act, there was no compulsion for the company to give notice on director. Now they say no, because he is a director. You cannot say you are not a shareholder, you are not a member, you can't come. He may not be a member, but he's a director. As a director, he is entitled to be given notice. Okay. Now, they have given a Ganga clause, 1014. It's called Ganga. What is the greatness of the river Ganga? Purification. Even though there is some mistake, we say, I have made sins, I have committed sins. But if I take Sankalpa Snanam in the river Ganga, then all my sins will be pardoned till that time. It's a belief. I'm not questioning it. If you believe it, you can. Okay. So whatever it is, see, karma cannot go yes, so easily. You cannot dip in Ganga and maybe the punya part. Very difficult. If you've gone to Muktinath, it's a place in Nepal, beyond Jomsom, you have to go all the way north to the Himalayas. There, in the cold Himalayas, you will find that Muktinath temple, there is one Pap Kund and one Punya Kund. Shivering cold, ice cold water. You have to enter both. So first you go and dip in the Pap Kund, all your Pap gone. Go into the Punya Kund, all your Punyam also gone. That is why it is called Muktinath, where both are gone, then you got Mukti. Point is, Ganga clause will clean any inadvertent mistake, accidental mistake. If there is any accidental omission, something to give notice to, or the non-receipt of such notice by any member or other person who is entitled to such notice for any meeting, that shall not invalidate the proceedings of the meeting. See, what happened? I'm having 100 members. So I have to send notice to all the 100 now. So I told the secretary, Mani, you please do this, send it to all these 100 fellows. I am the company secretary. I have one assistant, one donkey. That donkey I told, please send it to all the members. So she started sending. She had a list of 100 email IDs correctly given to her. It was there in that. But while typing, she missed out 2 fellows. It's not a crime. It was accidental. Nobody noticed it. These 2 fellows did not get. So later on, they go to court and say, hey, it was not given to us. Agreed, it was not given. It is accidental omission, not intentional. So, like that. But very difficult to prove that it was accidental. But that's why I'm giving you an example. See, and I gave that list to her, it was clearly given with all. My intention was not to remove these 2 fellows. She did it. See, that's what I'm saying. It's wrong, but because of that, you cannot say the meeting is invalid. Small. Provided the omission is accidental. If it is shown that the omission was preconceived, that your intention was not to give, then you cannot. But if we have to show that, now this is where my guru used to be very clear. I am giving you the provision. Now you cannot ask me, sir, how to know if it is accidental or not? That I cannot tell. It depends on the facts of the case. It is up to you to prove it. You have to prove that it is accidental. Maybe you should bring that lady there and make her give her witness or give her solemn statement that at the time of giving the list that these 2 were given to me, but because of my mistake only these 2 are not given. She should give us own statement or affidavit. That can be filed before the tribunal. You are able to understand? That is for lawyers, not for us. You and I are chartered accountants. Don't become lawyer. My son is an advocate. Evidence is their problem. Don't worry. You have to know the law. That is all. Arguing in the court is not our job. Don't worry about that. That is what my guru used to say. Don't worry about evidence, facts. In the examination, if a fact is given in the question, take it as a fact. Don't question the fact. How to prove? Can't be done. If the institute exam question says so-and-so did not do it, he did not do it. That's all. You cannot say, what is the proof, sir? Like that. No, not for us to argue. Okay. Now, Ganga clause is a very good clause. You will find that in many sections. Okay. Now, section 101 shall apply to private company unless specified, otherwise specified in respective sections or the articles of the company provide otherwise. So, private company, it will apply unless otherwise specified in those sections or in the articles of the company. Okay. Similarly, it will apply to a IFSC public company unless otherwise specified in the articles. So if the articles are silent, then 101 will apply. 101 is big section, this is only 101.4. Are you able to understand? 101 is entire provision relating to notice. Entire provision relating to notice, read with rule 17. So any provision applicable 101 will apply to a private company, but private company can provide otherwise in articles. But be careful. Don't immediately extend it and say, sir, can I have lesser number of days? No. No. What did we say? Company cannot curtail, whether private, public. No. 21 clear days cannot be touched. Other than that, you can have other things where you can have your own approaches. Okay, you can. But 21 clear days and the exception cannot be touched. Okay. But other matters relating to notice you can have. You will also notice that similarly, the remaining sections also, they will exempt it for private companies. They will say it will apply to a private company, but if the articles of that company or the section itself says it doesn't apply, then it will not apply. If the articles provide otherwise, that will apply like that. Okay. Mode of sending the notice. A company may give notice through electronic mode. We already saw that. I mentioned electronic mode is allowed. Means email. So what is electronic mode? They have given an elaborate definition. We already saw this in accounts. Okay. Any communication sent by a company through its authorized and secured computer program, which is capable of producing confirmation. So what I said, the date of the service can be confirmed. And keeping record of such communication addressed to the person entitled to receive such communication at the last electronic mail address provided by the member. So once we serve it on your latest email address, in case after that you have changed the email ID and not informed me, I am not responsible. I cannot have, I am not Bhagavan, that I am Sarvagnya, that I can know everything is happening in the world. No. You inform me, then I will change. Otherwise, I'll send it only to the old ID. Okay. Now, so a notice may be sent through email as a text or an attachment to email. So you can put that notice right on that mail itself as a text. Or you can say, enclose, please find notice of AGM, blah, blah, enclose it. Whatever. Usually, notice will be part of the annual report itself. The book will have the notice also. So if it's a PDF, you attach the entire annual report and notice as a PDF and refer to it. No problem. A notification providing electronic link or URL for accessing the notice. This is now preferred by all listed companies. They do not send you anything. They simply send a mail with a link. If you want to see the notice, a report, etc., you go through the link. Go to the URL. There you can download it as a PDF. That's how they do it. So they don't even attach it and send it. You want it, go there, immediately download it. 2 minutes job. So like that. Sometimes I do that. I follow the link and download it. See, today getting annual report of listed company is very easy. Just have to go to the website of that company, financials, archive, whichever year you want, you download it. Immediately it will come. That's what I do. Because normally for valuing companies, for purchasing or investment and all, I do intrinsic valuation. I need at least minimum, I need 5 years. Minimum 5 years ka past. So I download it. Then I do my crunching, modeling and all that. What are they? I will not answer. I have answered it many number of times. IFSCs are International Financial Services Centers, where if a company is having an office, they are basically those people who are rendering outsourced services to, they are sending outsourced services to, foreign clients. So they will be set up in IFSC, International Financial Service Center. There could be a private company or a public company. Now, so they are basically, they are serving foreigners. For all you know, they will also be a subsidiary of a foreign company, company incorporated outside India. So they don't want to burden them with all the sections. So they say not applicable. That is why IFSC. Okay. If you go through one of my PowerPoints, PDF, which I have already sent to you, you will find I have discussed IFSC company in one of them. In the earlier classes, I have mentioned what is IFSC and all. Okay. So the idea is these guys are serving foreign clients. They are getting foreign exchange into India. They are employing Indians. So they are saying, hey, come on, let's give them some break. Take it, enjoy. Like that. Which is huge, 400 pages, I don't know. Kuldeep Sharma says something is huge, 400 pages. I don't know which one. I suppose he's talking about annual report. Could be. But once you download it as a PDF, hardly it will take you 3 minutes, 2 minutes. As a PDF, it should not take you much time to download. Okay, the email shall be addressed to the person entitled to receive such email as per the records of the company. Means not in by name. They won't send dear so-and-so, dear Mohit, dear Bhumika. No, they will send. But the email address should be to the person entitled to receive the email as per the records of the company or as provided by the depository. Okay. So today, all listed companies, compulsory dematerialization. So automatically KYC, automatically email ID will be there. Okay. And if you're not converted physical into dematerialized form, gone, you will not get any notice. You can't blame anybody. You can't say, you should also notice to me. Why? Well, you didn't convert. When you're not having deposit, how I can do? Already law has come. Okay. So that is the problem. So those shares will not, they can, later on, they'll come and cry. And I gave you an example now. The dividend and all will be sent to investor protection. Shares transferred to the investor protection education fund. So be very, very careful is the only answer I can give. Yeah, annual report is huge. But it can be downloaded, not a problem. Or else, if you don't want to refer to the entire annual report, you want only the financials, balance sheet, P&L, other sites are there, they will give you. There are a lot of facilities are there, don't worry. If you're really keen on doing something, you have enough source there. Just have to go to the net and Google, you'll get everything about that company. Okay, just go and search. That's all. If you want. Company to provide an advance opportunity at least once in a final. See, think about it, Mr. Kuldeep Sharma. You are telling 400 pages now. Once you become a chartered accountant, those 400 pages have to be vetted by you as a financial controller or as the chief financial officer. You have to vet those 400 pages. Vet means every page, auditor also will go through, you will also have to go through. Are you able to understand? If you're now saying 500, 400 pages, imagine that 400 pages ownership is yours. Okay. Of course, directors, but they have entrusted it to you now. You're CFO boss. You should know. So don't say 400 pages. It should be done. You have to learn, correct? My suggestion is one annual report you take. Any company, ideally small logical businesses like Dabar or Maruti for that matter, not Maruti, Ashok Leyland. You take it and then go through it page by page. Keep a notebook with you. Write it down. You know what? When you do that once for a listed company, you would have revised 3 subjects. Company law, financial reporting, auditing. 3 subjects revision would be over in one going through. You will get a lot of doubts. And your ability to understand these 3 subjects will become superb. And that is how intelligent students of CA Institute in those days used to work. Intelligent students. See, this coaching class, mug up and vomit guys, that's no. We were not of that category. We were people who wanted to be brilliant members of the institute, not just clear the exam, kaam ke liye nahi. We wanted to prove that we are members. So, as a member of the institute, I have to be knowledgeable. Therefore, our approach was totally different. It's simply a matter of mugging up, going to some coaching class, getting some information, passing, and then becoming members. If kaam ke liye, no, not like that. Okay. So if that is your view, sir, you will enjoy reading this. Just keep a notebook with you, take notes and all that. Okay. Which point? Email to be addressed to the person entitled to receive the notice as per the records of the company or as provided by the depository. That's what I was saying. Okay. Company, see, you might ask me, how will I update my email ID? For that, the company should give an opportunity to register his email address. Believe me, today, when you are going for listed, when you are going for depository, any number of times you can go and update it to the depository. Once you update to the depository, that email address will be used by everybody. So that is the beauty of having a DPID, depository participant. Everything will be done through the depository participant and the depository. Information will automatically go to the company. See, when the company is going to give notice, it will collect the latest email address from the depositories. The 2 depositories are there, it will take. Okay. So, yeah. And once you do, not every day you need not read 100 annual reports. Take one representative annual report. My suggestion, go through a Tata Motors, Ashok Leyland, etc. Where the business model is very clear, na? Discrete automobile. So you can understand the business also. So segment reporting will be clear. Later on, if you want, you can go for conglomerate companies like ITC, Wipro, Reliance, and all. A little more complicated. But begin with something simple. Then final level, maybe again you can do a there you will be having Ind AS, you will be having financial, very tough. There you can do more in-depth study of the notes. Here you just casually go through only for the purpose of accounting and auditing. Okay, you will say. My suggestion to you, time is permitting, do it. Otherwise, don't. But casually, don't do entire, I will read the complete annual report today. No. See, I am reading a book called Anna Karenina. Anna Karenina. It's a novel by a man called Leo Tolstoy. So long ago, I read the abridged version. Now, since again, as I'm becoming older, I'm getting more time. I'm reading those classic novels. Charles Dickens, 600 pages. You know, Nicholas Nickleby, 600 pages. How to read? I cannot read 600 pages in one day, or even 60 pages in one day. I don't have time. So before going to bed, I will read 10 pages. 10 pages target every day. Like that, I have finished 10 novels of Charles Dickens. Now I'm reading Anna Karenina. Over the last something like about 7 or 8 years, I have finished about 7 novels of Charles Dickens. And now I'm reading Anna Karenina. Okay, little bit every day, little bit every day. You will finish it. Thank you, Mr. Kuldeep Sharma, for those kind words. Thank you very much. So nice of you. Okay, so the company has to provide. Otherwise, if you got a depository, no problem. Okay. The facility is available only to those members who have got their email ID recorded or to update a fresh email ID. Where it's already registered, don't worry. Okay. The subject line in email shall state the name of the company, notice of the type of meeting, place and the date on which the meeting is scheduled. In the email, there will be a subject. It's very, very important. In that subject line, you should state Manaran Company Limited, annual general meeting, notice of annual general meeting, at address, date. So that the minute this guy sees it in that subject line, he will know, hey, Manaran Company Limited AGM. Let me see. He will open it. Okay. The notice shall also be placed simultaneously in the website of the company, if any. And also on the website as may be notified by central government. See, if you're a listed company, 100% you'll have to put it in NSE website. National Stock Exchange website, you will put it. 100%. From there, it will be taken by many, many people. Money Control will get it. Everybody will get it. Okay. Taxguru.com will put. Everybody will put it. Okay. Now, the meeting of a company is called by the board collectively. Individual director does not have an authority to call a general meeting. That is why I told now what happens if somebody, yesterday I think we were speaking, that number of members falls below the statutory minimum. Board for the purpose of holding a board meeting. See, even to call a general meeting, I need to have 2 people in the board. So I have to appoint. So that's why a general meeting to be called by the board. And an individual director does not. In the last class, I was talking about quorum. So there they made this, the tribunal has the power to order the calling of an EGM. For what purpose? Sometimes it could be only for the purpose of appointing directors. Why? Because directors, if the board is not there, how they will call a meeting? So they will go to the tribunal and say, sir, our number of board members has fallen. So we need to increase. I gave an example in that class. You can go through that. Only husband and wife are shareholders and directors. Wife dies. Okay, wife dies. Of course, husband is having grief, etc. But going beyond that, he also has a practical problem. How does he convene a general meeting? How does he convene a board meeting? With only one director, he can't do anything. See, one hand cannot clap. We need 2 hands to clap. So the one man gave. So what to do? I have to go to the tribunal, get approval for holding a general meeting. At that general meeting, I have to appoint a new director or directors and proceed. Okay. For that, you'll go to the tribunal and get it. So you have to do it only at a board meeting. That is, the notice calling the general meeting will be tabled, will be presented at the board meeting. The directors will approve it. Then it will be signed by one director or by the company secretary. Individual director does not have an authority to call a general meeting. You cannot. Any notice of general meeting given without the sanction of the board is invalid. Means one director, like a cashew nut, he cannot send one notice, all the shareholders come. No. Even though he is a director, individually he cannot act. The board has to act collectively together in the meeting. There again, meeting is important. If you want the board to do something, it is not the individual director. It is not the MD. It is the entire board meeting, majority voting. Okay. Of course, in an exceptional case, a director gives a notice without the consent of the board. Later, the board can ratify, but that is the option of the board. The board says, okay, it was for good interest, we ratify. But that ratification should be given, otherwise it's invalid. Once you say the notice is invalid or invalidly given, proceedings invalid. That is very, very important. Once you say notice invalid, automatically proceedings invalid. That is a dangerous sword hanging on the head. The minute you say notice is invalid, proceedings are invalid, except for the Ganga class, where that the omission to give notice was accidental. Now we have finished notice and we are saying going to business. Mohammed is asking a question. Once a person registered his email ID, then he can't say he can. That is the whole point. Company to provide an advance opportunity. At least once in financial year to the member to register his email address. See, the point is, my dear Mohammed, you have registered with the company once. Now, every year you need not go and change it. When the opportunity is given, every year you need not give your email ID again and again. Once you have given it once. But if you want to change it, then use this opportunity. That is what this sentence means. The facility is available only to the members who have not got their email ID recorded or to update a fresh email ID. If you have already registered and you have not changed it, why are you wasting your time? Don't do it. So you should not. People like you will get both ways now. No, sir, you are giving me opportunity. Means every year I have to give the email address again and again. No. If you have not given, give now. If you have given, you want to change. Okay. That is what they mean. But believe me, all this MCA is giving in the act now. Today, it's a totally different provision. Yeah. For listed companies, you want to change your email address, no problem. You have your DP now. Go to your DP. You go through password and thing. There you will find your DP, your broking account. From there, the DP account. DP account, there you will have update profile or whatever. Go there, change it. Every day you go and change it. Who's preventing you? Okay, keep on changing every day. You change your address, no problem. Okay. So I hope I have clarified, Mr. Mohammed. Chalo. Now, business means the matters or agenda to be transacted at the meeting. Business means what is the time now? Okay, 7:30. 1:30. We have another 1 hour, no problem. Okay, what I'm going to do now, with your permission, I'm not going to give any break today. So that 15 minutes I will get, 10 minutes I will get. I seek your I humbly seek your permission. Okay, kindly allow me to skip break. If you very badly want to take a break, just go. What I suggest now, what I do in my online classes, when I'm attending online classes, I use earphones and I put it in my ear so that even if I'm a little, say, 10 feet or 15 feet away, I can still hear what the faculty is telling so that I won't miss the thread of what he's saying. And so that is what I normally do. And I keep moving around. I make myself a cup of green tea. I drink it in front of, I do it. So kindly, even nearby within 10 feet, if there is a toilet, go and come. Listen to me as you are, whatever you are doing. Nothing wrong. Okay. So for those who are serious now, these things don't matter. But break, I'm avoiding only for this session. Maybe in future sessions, we'll have a small fight and speak. Aaj to humble request. So that way you can have some coverage. Business means the matters or agenda to be transacted at the meeting, right? So business, you have section 102 to business means matters of agenda to be transacted at the meeting, right? Now, the following matters are ordinary business if transacted at an AGM. These 4 matters, you're going to see 4 matters. These 4 matters are ordinary business if transacted at an AGM. Transacted means done. If you don't like the word transacted, very big word. Transacted, 3 syllables. I want 1 syllable, done. But then if you write done, nothing wrong, but try to use the word transacted. So the following matters are ordinary business if done at an AGM. Okay. 1. The consideration. Okay, that's a just good joke. 95% vote is required for short notice for break. Correct. I can't take that 95% approval. So I'm assuming it's unanimous. 100%. Chalo. Now, so what are these matters? Consideration of financial statements and the reports of the board of directors and auditors. Consideration means approving. You consider and approve. That is why in the notice itself for AGM, we will say agenda 1 to consider and if deemed fit to approve the financial statements and the report of the board of directors and the auditors report thereon. This will be the agenda item. And if it to approve the financial statement together with the director's report and auditor's report thereon. Okay. It's called adoption of accounts. Adopting the accounts. Once the accounts are adopted, that's it. You already saw that. Adoption of accounts in accounting accounts you saw. And you also saw that once the accounts are adopted at the AGM, the financial statement has to be filed with the registrar within 60 days. Okay. Under section 97, I think we saw that. Here you are going to see one more in meetings where you have to file annual return. Okay. The declaration of any dividend. In those days, it used to be nicely worded. The declaration of dividend, if any. Instead of that, they are saying the declaration of any dividend. If it is there, because dividend is not compulsory, directors may recommend, may not recommend. The members will take the dividend as declared, or they may declare a lower rate, but not higher rate. If the directors are not declaring, members cannot declare dividend. No. It's the directors who recommend, members will declare. If they don't recommend, nothing. No, go. That's all. Appointment of directors in place of those retiring. Remember this? Just like auditor. Appointment of directors in the place of those retiring. What do you mean by retiring? Don't ask me. That is final syllabus. At that time, you remember that this is an ordinary business. Appointment of directors in the place of those retiring. Sir, what do you mean by retiring, etc.? Too complicated. Not in your syllabus. It will come in your final. At that time, inshallah, if I am teaching and if it is subject is there in your syllabus, then I will have the good fortune. I will teach you. Otherwise, I don't know. So the appointment of and the fixing of the remuneration of the auditors. The appointment of and fixing of remuneration of the auditors. Auditors are appointed at an AGM. They hold office till the conclusion of the AGM. So before the conclusion, you will either reappoint the existing auditor or another auditor and fix the remuneration. This should be done. If this is done at an AGM, it is ordinary business. Boss, simple. What is so great? If it is an ordinary business, no need for explanation. If I put this item of agenda, I don't have to explain to the member what it is all about. All other business at an AGM, other than these 4, other business at an AGM, and all business at any other meeting shall be deemed to be special business. All other business at an AGM, other than this 4, any other business at an AGM, and all business at any other meeting, any other EGM, anything done at an EGM, even this business done at an EGM. Suppose you are appointing an auditor at an extraordinary general meeting, special business. Are you able to understand? Removal of directors, special business. Appointment of directors in the place of those retiring is ordinary business. But suppose you're removing a director and appointing somebody in his place, special business. Also requires special notice. Okay. It's called special business. Now, point is, as the name implies, ordinary business is routine and needs no explanation. But special business is something special, different, totally. So there should be a statement setting out the following material facts concerning each item of special business to be transacted at a general meeting. And that material facts, that annexure statement should be annexed to the notice calling such meeting. So if it is a special business, then after the notice, there will be a note and say each item of special business, agenda 1, item number 1. You will give the material facts. Material means relevant, important. That which is immaterial is too small, not important. Then it's called immaterial. Material. So material again has many meanings. Material means when you are going to stitch a salwar, you buy material. What is that? Cloth. That is called material, not that material. This is the important, relevant facts. Here the word material is used in the meaning of important, relevant. What is relevant should be given. All material facts. Whatever will influence me to take a decision. Without that fact, if I take a decision, the decision is not informed. Those facts have to be given. Important facts, material facts. Okay. Maybe you studied Contract Act in the meantime. So you studied bailment. Now all material defects have to be told about that. What is not apparent? If it is patent, you have to tell. What is patent, I need not tell. What is latent, I have to tell. Because if that knowledge is there, he would have taken a different decision. So if you don't give that knowledge, his consent is not valid. So all material facts have to be given. If you don't give, then that could be one ground for invalidating. You could argue. They didn't tell me all these things. They simply said, pass the resolution. I passed the resolution. Is it possible that financial statements are not approved by the share? What will happen? Hello, Kuldeep ji. I cannot answer this question now. But I humbly suggest that in the topic on accounts, now we have studied this. When we studied accounts, we studied this. Please go to that PDF. It is there in the portal. Just to download it and quickly scan it, you will find. One slide will be there. If you don't understand it, next time I will tell you. It is possible that it's not adopted, in which case you have to give a reason. That is the consequence. You should still file the financial statement unadopted, giving reasons why it was not adopted. That's it. Once you file a financial statement which is not adopted, next day morning, the regional director's office, 2 inspectors will come to your company and find out, hey, what's happening? Your shareholders are not adopting? What happened? Come on. Show your books account inspection. That's it. End of story for that company. So ideally, it should not happen. But if it happens, then what to do? Adoption. If you are clear, good. Otherwise, Kuldeep ji, go to that slide and listen to that video, you may understand better. But believe me, if it is not adopted, serious problem for that company. Okay? Because if the members do not adopt, that's not my problem, because I cannot make him adopt. Hey, so they don't make it as an offense. It is not an offense. You file the financial statement. You have to give fact. It was not adopted. And the reasons for not adopted, you have to give. Okay, that's it. The minute such a document is received by the registrar, he will go running to the regional director. Sir, Tobacco Limited problems, sir, they are not adopting. Immediately send inspector, send notice, make that fellow come. Like that, they will make your life miserable. So, if it happens, that's what will happen. If the directors don't recommend dividends, can the members request for it in the AGM? Sir, Darshan, I told you, you request, but you won't be able to get it. If that fellow is not giving, how you will? 1, 2, he has not included it in the agenda, you can take it up. Maximum what you can do, when the accounts are discussed, you can stand up and say, why you are not declaring dividend during the year, like that. Immediately the chairman will say, we are very sorry, sir. We are in the process of expansion of the company. And if in the long run, your share value will go up. Therefore, we are plowing back the entire profits into the expansion program. So this year, we are not giving dividends. Sorry. So, boss, nobody can prevent you from asking. Okay. But you don't have the shareholders, members don't have the right to declare if they have not been recommended. Okay. They can ask. Why not? You keep requesting. That's all. Who can prevent you from requesting? But can they pass a resolution? No. Nothing. Not possible. Reappointment of auditor is an ordinary. Yeah. At the AGM, if done at an AGM, So one more thing, Mohammed, do you remember definition of appointment? When we studied, do you remember definition of appointment? Appointment includes reappointment. Remember? Okay. So, yes, definitely. If done at an AGM, it is ordinary business. What is the difference between declaration and recommend? Yeah, in the notice, if the directors are saying to, see, in the board of directors report, they will say, your directors are pleased to recommend a dividend of 15% on the equity. That is called recommendation. Now, at the meeting, it will be put to vote. Meaning, the resolution to declare a dividend, they will say, resolve that a dividend of 15% on the face value of the equity share be declared for the current year. That is called declaration. I hope you got it. Once it is declared, it has to be paid. Once declared, it has to be paid within 30 days. Now, a dividend may be recommended, but the shareholders have the right to say, we don't want. Or they are recommending 25%. We can say, hey, give me 15, it is enough. Keep the balance. That power is there with the shareholders. But I've never seen any company do this. So don't ask me. Now I will tell you. I have never seen a set of shareholders saying, this dividend is high, please give us less. Never. But theoretically, yes, they can. But they cannot say this is insufficient. Give me more. Like Oliver Twist, they cannot ask for more. Okay. Nor if there is not recommended at all, they cannot take up the matter at that time and declare themselves. No. Because day-to-day management is with the directors, ma. You cannot interfere with that. If you do this, then he will say, okay, you come and run the company, ma. You run it. I don't leave you. You run it yourself day to day. Why should I? You told me to run. My decision I have taken. This year, no need for dividend. I am going to go for expansion. Only then I can maximize your wealth. See, the goal of financial management is to increase the wealth of the shareholder in the long term. Okay, so immediately declaring dividend was this topic on declaration of dividend is not only in company law. I don't know if it is there in financial management in intermediate. Definitely you will come across it in final. Modigliani and Miller, okay, Walter, they have all written pages and pages on dividend, on what will be the effect of the value of a company if dividend is declared, if they are not declared, what is the return on investment, what is the WACC. It is a complex question. Dividend policy is a complex subject in financial management. So the donkey shareholders are not eligible to decide whether dividend is to be declared or not. They have to take. If we give you, take it and run. If you want, take less, more, no. On your own, no. Okay. Okay, so what do you want me to do? You voted and just want two options, cast votes in favor and against. So what is your question? If you have a question, I will answer it. Otherwise, I've seen your statement. I'm happy. Okay. Now, moving on. Why I'm sometimes asking like this, time, if you put statement like this, you are wasting my time reading it. If you have a question, ask me. Then I will not waste my time reading it. I'm not saying waste my time, meaning every moment I'm reading what you're writing, it is taking us away from the subject. So if you are putting something there, either it's a question, don't unnecessarily make statements which may not be relevant. But if it's something relevant, yes, no problem. I would love to report it to the entire group. Nothing wrong if it's something important to be shared. So you have voted and you found two options. Yeah, for or against. What else you want? One more option you want. What option? I don't know. You can vote for or against, or don't vote. That's all. That means not voting is not an option. Not voting is an action. You got it, Mohammed ji, Kuldeep ji? Not voting is not an option. It is an action. Don't do it. So against your registered folio number, nothing will be there. That's all. Matter over. But not voting doesn't mean you are against. If you are against, means you have to vote against. Merely not voting is not. This will become very, very relevant when we come to special resolution. Okay. Yeah, Modigliani, Miller, Walter's model. So many things are the garden. Okay, so many are there. You read it, then you will understand why dividend is not something. See, if you're looking at it from the limited point of view of a Aam Aadmi type of a shareholder, dividend is a great thing. But if you're an intelligent shareholder, you will tell the company, don't give me dividend. Keep it. Because I'm making more money when you have my money. Because once he gets the dividend, what will that shareholder do? go to bar and drink. That's all he will do. Or even if he's going to invest it, where he'll invest? Fixed deposit. What he'll get? 7%. This company's return on investment is 24%. Yeah. Tell me where my money should be. So dividend is more of a token. Just simply Diwali bonus like that. Keep 500 rupees for your pocket expenses like that. The real value creation is happening in the valuation. For that, the money should be in the business, not outside. This is a very complex thing, ma. As a chartered accountant, you have to really understand this. Going beyond the law part, see, that's what I'm saying. You cannot just think like funnel. Only today, sir, today company law class, sir. Don't talk financial management, sir. Like that, you cannot tell. You tell. I cannot, because I'm a chartered accountant. I have to think about everything. When I'm talking for law, I have to think financial management. I have to think GST. I have to think income tax. I have to think transfer pricing. I have to think. When today morning I was in discussion with a client, they are into huge long-term strategy. So I was asked to give my advice. I can't simply say, sir, today only company law I will tell. Like that, I cannot tell. Whatever question comes, I have to analyze it from all angles and give the correct advice to the client. For that, the only way is to link up and learn, which will be a little difficult at intermediate stage, but at least start practicing. Because at final stage, without this ability, you cannot pass the exam. This ability to think angles and all. Anyway, where any item of special business to be transacted at a meeting of the company relates to or affects any other company, the extent of shareholding interest in that other company of every promoter, director, manager, if any, and of every other KMP of the first mentioned company shall, if the extent of such shareholding is not less than 10% of the paid up share capital of that company, also be set out in the statement. Now, this is a very lengthy paragraph. An example will make it very easy. For convenience, we'll say AB Limited and CD Limited. AB Limited is going to give you a loan to CD Limited. AB Limited is going to give a loan to CD Limited, intercorporate loan. No problem. There is a provision for that, 186. You have to pass a special resolution. If the limit is exceeded, you have to pass a special resolution. All that you'll study in final. As of now, this matter is to be transacted. It is a special business, no? It is not one of the 4 matters. And it is, even if it is done at an AGM or it is done at an EGM, this is a special business. Now, AB Limited is going to give a loan to CD Limited. Now, at the general meeting of AB Limited, the shareholders of AB Limited have to pass a special resolution. So they have to be sent a notice. Now, in that notice, agenda item to pass the following resolution as a special resolution. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, subject to the provisions of this, that, blah. And a loan of rupees 25 crores be given to CD Limited. That is a resolution. Now, that's a special business. Now, I am a member. What is the CD Limited? Why are you giving all these things? Why are you giving this loan? These doubts I'm having now. That is why you have to give all the matters. You should say, CD Limited is one of our group company. We are using that as a, we are having some expansion program, or we are having some arrangement with them for doing this blah, blah, for which they need money. There was something you give, but you should give the full matters, materials. That is, the idea is that the members should be enabled to take an informed decision. Also, so you should give all the material facts, which is that company, what they are doing, why, and all that. Now, also you should give the nature of concern or interest, financially or in respect of items of every director. Whether any director of the company is interested in the matter. I'll give another example and then come back to ABCD loan. For example, you are appointing the daughter of the MD as a director. You are appointing the daughter of the MD, D-A-U-G-H-T-E-R, not doctor, daughter of the company as a director. Now tell me, is the MD interested or not? Yeah, he's relative, na? Daughter is relative, na? So you have to mention that. So-and-so is to be appointed as a director. Okay, we'll appoint. She's a Harvard alumni. Okay, thank you, nice, etc., etc., etc. Finally, incidentally, she is the daughter of our MD. Oh, okay. So there is an interest. Nothing wrong. If that lady is otherwise qualified, we will appoint her. But let it be clearly stated that MD is interested in the matter, financial or otherwise. Here there is no financial interest, but otherwise it is there. That is father-daughter. So his own daughter is being nothing wrong. See, if Jawaharlal Nehru can make his daughter Prime Minister, and she can make her son Prime Minister, and he can, if he alive, he would have tried to make his son Prime Minister. I think nothing wrong in father-son. But the interest should be clearly told. The nature of the concern or interest, financial or otherwise, of every director and the manager, KMP, and relatives of persons mentioned. See, suppose this person is a relative of the person mentioned, it has to be clearly mentioned, as I told you. Any other information and facts that may enable members to understand the meaning, scope, and implications of the items of business. So drafting this this explanatory statement, no, is an art. You have to draft very correctly. If you tell, also danger. If you don't tell, also danger. So, in fact, I used to teach drafting to company secretaries and even CA students. There was a topic called drafting. For company secretaries, there's a specific subject called drafting and convincing. I used to teach that. Now, there, I used to practically show them how to draft. So, it's like that. Okay. So, the principle is that the members should be enabled to take an informed decision. Okay. See, this slide says 2%. So, is that okay for you, Mayur? Or how do you want me to prove that it is 2%? Any problem in the 2 or 10? How you are getting 10? Anywhere you have seen 10% is there? In the board of studies material, does it say 10%? Then I'll have to check out and get back to you tomorrow. But to my knowledge, it is only 2%. Why you are getting this doubt, G? Whether it is 2 or 10? I have given 2 now. So you want to make it 10? I can't. In the act only I can tell. Unless you have seen somewhere that it is 10. In which case, kindly just tell me where you saw it. I will check up and get back. There may be some genuine thing. You might have seen some 10% somewhere. Tell me where you have seen it. I will correct. I will check up and get back to you. Aaj to nahi, kal. Not today, tomorrow. Chalo. Now come back to our AB and CD. Now AB Limited is giving a loan to CD Limited. Now, why in this matter, this business to be transacted is a special business. You have to give all the material facts, etc. And then you should also give any interest. For example, if the director of AB, Mr. A, is also a director of CD, you have to mention it. Financial interest. Or if any director of AB or shareholder or or any director of AB or the relative is a member here, financial interest is there. So that has to be mentioned clearly that so-and-so the director is having is owning share. In addition to that, they are saying where the transaction will affect any other company, the extent of shareholding of every promoter, director, manager, or KMP should be disclosed, provided that shareholding is not less than 2% of the paid-up share capital. Okay, not less than 2% of the paid-up share capital. Oh, no, it is 2%. Very clear. If I told 10% or it appeared to you that I told 10%, I'm sorry. 2. Okay, 2%. See, one more thing. When words are given in figures as well as in number, and there's a discrepancy between the two, then that which is in number should be ignored and only what is given in figures will be correct, taken as right. Like that. Whatever I have told, no. What is given in writing here, you have to take it. Okay, less than 2% of the paid-up share capital, then that number, that shareholding should be disclosed. Okay. Muhammad is saying ordinary business requires ordinary resolution and special business requires special resolution. That's how it works. Why are you getting confused? Did we ever say, up to now I have been showing you so many slides. Anywhere have I said ordinary business, ordinary resolution, special business, special resolution? No, I am not saying that. Though logically, yes, these 4 matters do not require special resolution. These 4 matters are ordinary business. But ordinary business, appointment of auditor also only ordinary resolution. Okay, there is no situation where appointment of auditor requires special resolution. Removal requires special resolution. Appointment does not require special resolution, only ordinary resolution. Okay. So your statement, I can take it like this. Ordinary business requires ordinary resolution. But special business requires special resolution, how you can say. And I think, Mohammed, you are not understood the topic at all. You are unnecessarily confusing yourself. I have very clearly mentioned what is ordinary business. What criteria you want? Why any other criteria? Whether a matter should be special or ordinary resolution, the section will tell you. Your knowledge of company law is important. Every section will very clearly mention. Baba, when we were studying alteration of memorandum, did I not tell you? Alteration of situation clause, special resolution. Like that, I have been telling you. I hope you made a note of that. So, if you come across a situation, your knowledge of company law is important. That is why you are studying this subject. So, you should know whether that section is telling ordinary or special. Merely because it is special business, it will not become special resolution. There are many items of special business which is ordinary resolution. There are some items which are special resolution. Whether a business is special, whether a resolution is to be SR or OR will not depend on business, will depend on section. So you should know what the section says. There's no shortcut for that. Okay? If you don't know, don't know. Sorry. That is called studying and knowing. If you can do that, it will be great. No shortcut there. Right? Business is clear. If it is done at AGM, these four matters are ordinary. Any other business is special. So, no, I will not accept the view that special business requires special resolution. No, I have not said that. Please erase it from your mind. Don't go out of my class with that type of wrong thoughts. Please. Yeah, again, Darshan, you also don't confuse, please. Section is very clear, 2%, very clearly given. I have mentioned it. Please study it, know it. Whatever may be given in Schedule 3 and all, kindly. That is a disclosure under Schedule 3. Give it, don't give it, that is your choice. You have to give it, that is also statutory. That is different disclosure. This is a disclosure given to the members along with the notice. When I am transacting a special business, and that is affecting another company, in case any director or KMP or promoter or manager is having shares holding in that company, that interest should be mentioned. Okay? It is your duty to do it, whether you like it or not. Okay? You have to do it. Schedule 3 disclosures are different. If he is confusing, you don't confuse yourself thinking what he is confusing. All of you stop confusing yourself and listen to what I'm saying and learn the subject rather than thinking and confusing. Problem with intelligent student is thinking too much. Problem with student who doesn't understand this poem, he is not able to understand. Whereas intelligent student problem is he understands too much. That is also dangerous. Be in a calm position where subject is clearly going into you. It is related to other things. You will know the distinction between the two. Nothing wrong. By comparing with another topic, nothing wrong. But you should know clearly, hey, this is 2%, that is 5%. Wow, I am no knowledgeable. I know Schedule 3 also. I know Companies Act also. That is a good thought. But simply getting this, it says like that here, sir, why not here? Hey, confusing. Don't do that. Don't. Already CA is a tough exam. Why are you making it tougher for yourself? Okay, that's what I said. In fact, on Saturday, I was sitting in discussion with a client. This is a finalization. They were all coming. One of the accounts fellows was asking all sorts of questions and all that. And he was telling our earlier auditor used to not to ask so many questions, sir. He will only do whatever we say, like that. He was telling. I said, look here, you go to a doctor. Doctor is putting injection. Injection is very painful. Okay, will you tell, hey, the doctor is putting injection, another doctor is a good doctor, he is not giving injection, only medicine. Will you do? Because your goal is not to avoid injection, but to get cured. So you have to go to that doctor who will give you the cure. I also told him, when doctor is putting injection, don't shake. If you keep shaking, you will only get hurt. So similarly, don't shake, don't get confused. When I'm teaching, sit still, listen. If you have a genuine doubt, ask. I will clarify. Other than that, sir, it is said like that, here it is said like that, you will only confuse. Okay, you will shake, you will get only painful. You will not learn the subject. You will learn the subject wrongly, like Mohammed is telling. Special business, ordinary business means ordinary resolution. Special business means special resolution. No. Okay. So, okay, then. But they don't, Mohammed, you are in good company. So many students are wrongly. Why student? Many teachers are under the impression. I have seen college teachers, professors in university professors will foolishly tell like this. I've heard one professor telling in college, sir, ordinary resolution, ordinary business, sir. Ordinary business, ordinary resolution. Question is, who told you like that? Okay, like that, all foolishness. In many colleges, they will teach like that and all. That is wrong. Okay. Because those guys have no knowledge. There are many college professors in India who don't know that 56 Act has been replaced by the 2013 Act. I'm not joking. In remote villages, in interior towns, there are colleges where students are studying BCom. There the professor, when I go and I give a special guest lecture, he will say, sir, you are referring to some act. No, sir, what is that act? Hey, that is the new act. Is it being changed? Nobody told me. Because university syllabus, many universities have not changed the syllabus. Still company law, old law only is there. I'm not joking. They are like that. That is the greatness of our educational system. Okay. We want to produce graduates who know nothing, who have no basis. So on the one hand, we have great colleges and extremely good colleges where rich people study, become knowledgeable. We have these government colleges and we have these ordinary colleges where, I'm sorry to say, people study, then they don't get knowledge. So the difference between the ignorant and the intelligent will always be there. And the intelligent will become richer and richer. This fellow will become poorer, he will remain poor. How you can bring, socialism if this is happening? So the knowledge given to the guy in government college should be the same as what the guy who's studying in a private college is getting. Otherwise, how this fellow will become get PCA? Then he will come here and see that a fellow like Srikanth is talking all sorts of things. I'm not able to understand. Srikanth is not a good teacher because I'm not able to understand. Like that he will say. So, like that. So, CA, you have to do a lot of work on your own. Otherwise, nothing is going to happen. Teachers like me can give you a lot of inputs, but be clear. Don't keep confusing yourself. Okay? And don't oversimplify also. Oversimplification is dangerous. Don't oversimplify. Like, in Telugu, they say, that is for horse, it is Guram. So for elephant, it cannot be Aram. Okay. So you cannot say like that. Gudire ke Guram na, Yane ka Aram no solamudez. You cannot say just because it's Guram for Gudire. In Tamil, Gudire, Guram. So you say Tamil Yane Aram. No. It's a different word. So like that, you cannot tell. Simply, you cannot do. No, don't do that. Chalo, where any item of business refers to any document which is to be considered at the meeting, the time and place where such document can be inspected shall be specified. For example, you are going to enter into a construction contract with a company in which it's a related party, it's a related party. So, for your information, again out of syllabus, 188, special resolution is to be passed. Service is to be rendered by a related party. Value is more than certain amount. You have to pass a special resolution then. So, the point is that construction contract requires approval of shareholders at a general meeting by passing a special resolution. How special resolution? Because 188 is saying, Muhammad, note it, not because it is special business, because section 188 says special resolution has to be passed. So now I have to pass that now. So it is special business, special resolution. For special business, I have to clearly give explanatory statement. Along with that, that contract is there now, which is going to be approved. It is a document now. That document, I should mention the time and place where that document can be inspected by any member. So that also should be mentioned very clearly. Because that contract is relevant now. That contract only they are going to approve. So they should have the ability to see it. So you should mention the contract to be entered into with Dubacor Limited can be inspected by the members during the business hours of the company at the registered office. So they can walk in and say, I want to see the contract. See, we will show what that fellow will understand. Anyway, let him go through it and go. He's got a right to see. I cannot prevent him. But only he can see. If he's bringing his lawyer and all, say, lawyer, please get out. Only my member can see. You cannot see. Get out. So, in case you are not disclosed, see, the MD shareholding is not disclosed or the interest of the promoter, director, etc. is not included, then any benefit may accrue to a promoter, director, manager or other key managerial personnel or their relatives as a result of non-disclosure or insufficient disclosure. Then, so when you are not disclosing, or you are doing it very insufficiently, then the benefit that he is deriving now from that, it will not belong to that person. It will be held in trust for the company and it should be refunded back, or he should compensate the company to the extent of the benefit. But you have to show that there is a benefit, financial, very difficult. Again, that is monetizing is going to be very difficult. Okay. See, put it this way, man. So and so is to be appointed as a director. She is the daughter of the MD. Okay. I have not disclosed. Then what benefit my daughter becoming director, what benefit I will get? Whatever you are getting, it has to be refunded. See, penalty for default in compliance with section 102. Every promoter, director, key managerial personnel who is in default, 50,000 rupees penalty or 5 times the amount of benefit accruing where the disclosure is not done. And this is without prejudice to the duty to compensate the company for any benefit derived. See, I'll tell you one example where there could be a benefit. I'll tell you. Contract for example, contract for construction contract. Now, arm's length rate, or I'll give a better example. You are going to approve the sale of a purchase of a property from the MD. Purchase of property from MD, MD is interested. Or sale of property to MD, let us say. Whatever. Price is being fixed. Okay. When you're selling it, you are fixing the price below the fair value. Below the fair value. But you're not disclosing it. You're not giving the valuation methodology. You're not disclosing the fact. It's a material fact. The current market value of the property is 5 crore. MD is being allowed to buy it at 4 crores. 1 crore is a benefit now. That benefit, 4-5 times that benefit should be given back. Okay. Quorum. We have finally come to quorum. Okay. Quorum means the minimum number of persons required to constitute and transact business at a meeting. So if you want to conduct the meeting, first you should have quorum. So notice should be given. We have seen notice, content of notice, business, special, ordinary, explanatory statement, blah, blah, blah. Now, everybody has come. Meeting starts 10 a.m. We said meeting. 6th September, 10 a.m. meeting. So, we are the directors, we have come. Members have come. Now you have to see whether the quorum is present. Quorum is minimum number of persons required to constitute and transact business at a meeting. Quorum for general meetings of a public company is quorum for general meeting of a public company. Not more than, see it's a link between number of members as on date of meeting and the quorum. So you should see the number of members of the company as on date of meeting. So as on date of meeting, how many members are there in the register of members? Number of members. If it is not more than 1,000, less than 1,000, not more than 1,000, not more than, so up to 1,000, up to 1,000, 5 members personally present. That word personally is very important. That is why you remember I said proxy is linked to quorum and also conduct. Quorum and also business. Why I said that now? What is the meaning of the word personally present? Please listen to me, because when we come to proxy, I'll again mention it. But just listen to me now. Member attending the meeting. Now, member can attend the meeting. Member can attend the meeting personally. That means what? He comes. Muhammad comes. Darshan comes. Personally, Darshan. Okay. Now, another method of attending the meeting through proxy. Meaning what? Darshan does not come. Instead, he sends his friend to come. Shekhar will come on behalf of Darshan. So, Darshan authorizing Shekhar to come. Shekhar is the proxy. So, when a proxy is attending, it is not counted as personally present. Are you able to understand, sir? When a proxy is attending, he will not be counted for quorum because it is not member personally present. Are you clear? Only those members who are personally present, I will count. That number should not be less than 5. If proxies are there, I'll say, hello, my dear proxies, just go that side and stand. Now count 5 and meeting starts. Then proxy, you also come. Proxy can participate. He can vote. but he will not be counted for quorum. Later on, when you come to proxy, I will again explain this. But right now, please understand, personally present means not through proxy. In person, he is coming. So member can attend in person or through proxy. Okay. So not more than 1,000 means 5. More than 1,000, that is 1,001 up to 5,000. 1,001 to 5,000. 15 members personally present. 5,001 and above exceeds 5,000. 30 members personally present. Okay, this is for public company. Private company, because minimum number is only 2. So how can I have 5 members personally present? Yeah. So quorum for general meetings of private companies, 2 members personally present. If there are only 2 members, both have to come. If there are 5 members, 2 have to come. 10 members, 2 have to come. If 2 are present, quorum is there. Okay. Why proxy is not counted? Because, see, I will put it in a different way. In your family, we have 5 people. They are members. Okay. 3 brothers, 1 sister, father, mother. 3 brothers, 1 sister, father, mother. 4 plus 2, 6 people. Now there is a meeting of the family. Now, 1 brother is in America. 1 brother is in America. Okay. So 3 brothers, 1 sister, father, mother. Meeting is conducted. 1 brother is in America. Meeting of the family we are holding. I cannot come from America. So he is authorizing his brother-in-law. Now that brother-in-law is coming on behalf of that foreign brother. So 2 brothers in person, 1 sister in person, father, mother in person, 1 brother in proxy. Now, for quorum, can I include the brother-in-law? Because he is not member of my family. Yeah. You are simply representing my son. Why should I consider you? You have come only for voting. For quorum, I cannot consider. 1. 2, one more reason. Proxy cannot vote on show of hands. He can only vote or she can only vote on poll. Means that's why proxy is not included for quorum. He is a third party outsider. Why I should include him? Only my member I will consider. Those who are personally present. I have given my best reasoning. If you still not convinced, Janice, then take it as a rule. Only personally present can be taken. Proxy shall not be counted for quorum. Okay. Is the quorum applicable for AGM held via electronic mode? Sir, as of today, AGM cannot be held by electronic mode unless there is a physical meeting also. Meaning, if there will be a physical meeting, members cannot attend virtually. As of now, virtual meeting has not come. What they do is, they have a physical meeting where quorum will be taken, but the proceedings of that meeting will be televised to people. You understand? So, that is how it has to be done. For the limited purpose of pandemic, I think they exempted. See, for during the pandemic, they said no need to hold AGM. They kept extending. Later, when they allowed people to come out and all, there again they gave not 50 people only can come. At that time, what happened? Companies like Reliance cannot hold a physical meeting. So they did virtual meetings. But even then, there would be a physical meeting when quorum will be counted. Some members will be attending on virtually and seeing the meeting. They cannot. Voting will be done. Those attending there will vote. Poll. Those attending virtually will be voting through electronic voting, e-voting. We'll be seeing e-voting. So quorum will be counted only for those who are personally present physically at the meeting. Virtual meetings, no quorum issues. How can I count quorum? Whether you are there or not. Physically, you have to come. Okay. Of course, virtual meetings, if they are done properly with the thing, I can easily find out now who is come, who is not come. But even then, personally present will be a problem. If pure virtual meeting, I cannot distinguish between a proxy and a member. All I can find out is whether this guy is logging in through his regular user ID or through a proxy ID. So I can give a separate user ID to proxy. But one more thing, Darshan, are we not wasting our time talking? Suppose it's a virtual meeting, Baba. Why I will need proxy, ma? Why am I sending proxy? Because I cannot come only, I am sending proxy. Virtual meeting, wherever I am sitting, I can come now. Why I will have a proxy? Even then, if somebody is having a proxy, then what I have to do? I have to give separate user ID password. Along with the notice, I have to send user ID password. one user ID password for member. Suppose you want to appoint a proxy, I'll tell him, you appoint him, then proxy's email ID, we will send proxy ID. Then those who log in through proxy ID will come, those who log in through member ID. Quorum will count only those who log in through personal ID. But this is all not happening today. I'm only giving my view. As of today, there will be a physical meeting. That physical meeting also can be seen virtually by people logging in and seeing. It's like live streaming, nothing more than that. Okay. So this is what I humbly feel. Quorum prescribed above shall be applicable only if the article of the company do not prescribe a larger number. Please note, articles cannot reduce this number. Articles of association cannot reduce, but articles can increase. So if the articles are giving larger, for example, if the article says quorum of company shall be not more than 1,000, 10 members personally present, then larger number will apply for that company. So I already mentioned this. The word personally denotes that a proxy, a person attending the meeting on behalf of member will not be counted in the quorum. Joint holders of the share shall be counted as a single member. For the purpose of ascertaining quorum, I told you now, if there are 3 joint holders, it will not be 3 members. See, in those days when you attend the meeting, you will get jangri, you will get sweet bugs and halwa. Usually the company will give only halwa. So, now this, when joint holders want this, husband and wife will be joint holder, both of them will come. See, then I will give, for both husband and wife, I will give one jangri, no problem. But for counting, sorry, you will be taken as one. Okay? I can't say two members. It will be taken as single member. But when I'm giving jangri, I'll give one to both of you. Because you two have come, I'll give one jangri to you, one jangri to wife. But for counting quorum, you will be taken as one. Okay? So, I've seen many AGM now, these members, they will be going and collecting that sweet box like mad. They will not be bothered about what is happening in the meeting. What gift you have got? Like that. Now they are prohibited. SEBI has said no gifts at AGM, nothing. Maybe some calendar, some sweet box you can give. That's nothing. Okay. So this is I remember I was a shareholder of, in those days, before DMAT time, 80s, I was investing 80s and late 80s and early 90s. Before Harshad Mehta scam, my brother-in-law and I used to do investment. We were running a software company, and the profits were plowing it into the share capital. We were putting it into the share market. We made good money. I walked out. That's a different story. Point here is, we invested in a company called GV Films. GV Films. And it was run by, it's a Chennai-based company, GV Films. Very famous film company, where it was owned by, Mani Ratnam is a famous director. His elder brother, I think. Elder or younger brother, I don't know. Mani Ratnam's elder brother was the owner. He's no more. He died. He committed suicide. I don't know. Whatever it is, that company held an AGM. At that time, there has been a release of a movie, Rajinikanth movie called Dalapati. So any member who attended the AGM will get advanced, in those days, cassettes were there, the audio cassettes. So we all of us got audio cassette of Dalapati songs movie. There's a movie called Dalapati. We got the members all got. So all of us will go for GV Film AGM, go and prove, sign the attendance, get Dalapati cassette, come away. We won't attend the meeting of GV Films. The share went off well. We bought it for $10 and it went $12 and all. It went right up to 50, 60. We made good money. Then many movies were made. Mani Ratnam movies used to be produced by GV Films. And it ran very well. And so the company made good money. Then this fellow got some logic. He went with Michael Jackson and he said, I'm going to bring Michael Jackson to India and all. And that is when the company lost it. Then he entered into some joint venture with Sony Corporation. Something and all they started doing. At that time, they got into trouble. Samina ji, this question, please don't ask in my class or any faculty. Kindly send this as a query to the help desk of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, Board of Studies. There is a help desk, send it to them. They will definitely reply to you. Okay. When May 2024 batch will start, kindly send a query to the help desk. Because mujhe nahi maloom. I don't know. Enakku theriyadu. Telledu. I don't know. I know company law. I saw the same thing for 102. 102B, we saw the same thing. 101 notice. All these sections will apply subject to. Okay. Similarly, 103 also. To private company unless otherwise specified in the articles, and will be applicable to a specified IFSC public company unless otherwise specified. These 3 or 4 sections will be applicable to private company subject to the articles of that company. Right? Now we come to what happens if the quorum is not present. We saw what is the quorum. Now we are going to see what happens if the quorum is not present. Okay. If the quorum is not present within half an hour from the time appointed for holding a meeting of the company, then if the meeting is called by the requisitionist, do you remember? Hey, I already mentioned what is IFS. You know how many times I will start crying. You go, see, I have covered it in the earlier class. International financial services company giving outsourcing services to foreign clients, receiving foreign exchange. They are operating from Indian International Financial Service Center. Okay, so they are exempted. Many sections are not applicable to them. International Financial Services Center. Hey, Mr. Mayur, you go to Google it, yeah. You will get all the information. 2 minutes, you will understand what it is. I have explained many times. Don't make me tell again, G. Okay. If you have doubt, you go and check. It's on. You go to Google. Just go to Google. Internet IFSC. You put. You will get the expansion. Then they'll give you explanation. Everything is there. I have also given. This is the 100th time I'm telling this. One more time I will not do. Okay. Please understand. I've been telling how many times I have to tell. If you still have doubt, Google hai na, Google hai. See, you can tell me, so then everything I will learn from Google. Please. See, I am teaching company law, the intricacies. This type of things you can easily, abbreviations and all, you can easily get. But I have, anyway, my duty I have done once, twice, thrice. How many times you'll keep on telling IFSC, International Financial Services Center, company is in the IFSC, then it is exempted. Like that, how can I say? And what is IFSC? It is giving foreign services to foreign clients. It may be a subsidiary of a foreign company. Therefore, they are exempting it. Okay. So one more time, I won't tell IFSC. You watch this video again and again. Okay. If the quorum is not present within half an hour from the time appointed for holding a meeting of the company, then if the meeting is called by the requisitionist, it shall stand cancelled. Please note the word stand being used here because it is statutory. Statutory means provided by the law in the section or act or rule. So that is called statutory. So this is a statutory cancellation. Shall stand cancelled. Why? Because, see, they are requisitioning a meeting. They wanted this meeting. They sent a notice. For that meeting, even quorum is not present. That means it is not worthy matter. That subject that they are trying to discuss at the EGM by requisition is not worthy. Because if it is important, at least quorum will be present now. What is the quorum? Yeah, 5 members. Yeah. If you are not, when there are 1,000 members, we just want 5 members to come. 800 members are there in this company, let us say. I'm only asking for 5 guys. 5 members. You are not able to get even 5 members. Why should you have this meeting? The meeting shall stand cancelled. In other cases, when the board of directors is calling, then the meeting shall stand adjourned. Now that adjourned is a new word we are seeing. It will be elaborately dealt with in my next class tomorrow. Adjourn. Adjourn means to have the meeting on a future date. Adjourn means to, I don't want to use the word postpone. It is convenient to use, but I don't want to use. Why? Because postpone has another meaning in this subject, in meetings. Adjourn means we decide not to have the meeting today, but 3 days later. That is called adjourned. Adjourning means to have the meeting on a future date. To have the meeting on a future date. So, in other cases, that is where the board of directors has convened the meeting shall stand adjourned to the same day in the next week at the same time and place. Same day, next week, same day, same time, same place. So no need for any notice. But if you are not holding it like that, then at such other date or time as the board made it. So in case you're not wanting it same time next week, then board has to give a separate notice again. Again, we'll see. If at the adjourned meeting also quorum is not present within half an hour from the time appointed, then the members present shall be the quorum. See, company has 800 members. Meeting has been called by the board. They come. 10 proxies are there, but only 4 members are attending in person. 4 members is not a valid quorum. So the chairman says, gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen, the quorum is not present. Okay. Therefore, in accordance with section 103, the meeting shall stand adjourned. I suggest that we meet on 15th of September. Same time, same place. Separate notice will be sent. So board will send a notice again. 15th of September. Again, 10 proxies are coming. Now only 3 members are coming in person. 3 fellows are coming. Now what to do? Members present shall be the quorum. Those 3 fellows will be the valid quorum. Even though it is less than 5, the 3 fellows will be deemed to be the quorum. The members present shall be the quorum. Again, they use the word members present. Please note, they are not saying members personally present. Do you notice the difference? Here they are saying members present. They are not saying members personally present. Let us say at that 15th September meeting, 1 proxy is there. 1 proxy is there. That's all. Only 1 proxy is there. Nobody is there. Then will that proxy be counted for quorum? Yes. Normally, proxy will not be counted for quorum. But if a meeting is adjourned for want of quorum, at the adjourned meeting, even a single proxy can be a quorum. He can conduct the meeting. What to do? This is one peculiarity of the law. Hope you understood this point. Anyway, even if you have not understood it, don't worry. Next class, we will begin with this slide and then move on to quorum, proxy, chairman, adjournment, postponement. Exciting topic. Tomorrow, then again, I think on 6th, we'll have, inshallah, by then we should complete this topic and move on to another topic, etc., etc. Okay, so good. We wish you a great evening ahead and looking forward to meeting you tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Right? Bye.